talking about? Now we're recording.
What are you talking about? That too.
Naturally. 2 of us.
Only. You want to hear this crap that I just got leveled at this? She goes, let me get out my perception dice. Dang, bro.
Maybe make me do some more, like, insight,
Maybe
history, strength,
This
acrobatics.
is up to you. You have the agency in the story.
I know, I'm kidding. I like to perceive.
You suck at it. I feel like it's only Yezi ever rolling perception checks, and I'm always just like, you don't get it. You don't get the clue. And then I'm like, man, I gotta put this clue somewhere else now.
Look,
if Yezi's in charge of finding clues.
Yezi has a -1 to perception. Efferson rolls with disadvantage, but she has a +4 to perception. Ethiod only has a +1, but he doesn't really want to perceive anything. He doesn't want to be perceived himself. And Tavamil doesn't have the wherewithal to perceive anything.
Yeah, so I'm screwed, basically. The fact that we've gotten anywhere is a testament to my amazing ability to put the peanut butter in a different part of the concrete.
This is all enrichment for me, Shay.
This is all enrichment for Shay. I just told her that I've locked... She has 2 doors to her one upstairs bathroom, and I told her that I locked one of them for enrichment. She could try it. I come out there, and she's sitting there with a paper clip.
She forgets to unlock both of them, and then I go to open the door.
Can you imagine
I'm expecting
a world?
I'm expecting it to be open, and I freaking bust my head on the door because I keep walking forward.
Well, listen, can you imagine a world in which you have to unlock 2 doors every time you pee and poop? Only when you pee and poop. One door is you go in if you have to pee, and the other door you go in if you have to poop.
Why do you lock it? I know you're in there. Do you think I'm just gonna...
You're married to a guy, a man probably wouldn't love that. Unless you want me to go downstairs and be like, hey, Jacob, sorry. I know you're in the middle of a sick thresh hook. I don't know anything about legal language, but I will be pissing upstairs with both doors wide open.
I hope you can hear.
Your wife already knows. It shouldn't take long. When you hear the Instagram videos stop playing, it means I'm done. Or I could lock both doors, maybe, and then leave out one like a regular person. What I should do is do a loop. Should open one, unlock. Well, no, because I'd have to unlock it. Get a key made.
So that
if anyone's ever staying over,
it's the
you have a key to your bathroom.
Doorknobs like that have the little hole in the front of it, and then you just stick like an Allen wrench in it, and it unlocks it. Because kids would like lock themselves into bedrooms, and then parents are like, and then they need to be able to unlock it from the outside.
That's a power move.
You want your 3-year-old alone in the bathroom where it could like drown in the toilet.
Your 3-year-old what a power move though. You invite someone over and they're peeing and you just unlock your bathroom door, open it, stand there watching. And you're like
it's my house.
I can watch you pee if I want to. I don't, but I just
want to. Yeah, why are you making me do this?
Yeah, you're making me do this.
It's not my
you whore, and you slam me in the face. Jacob unlocks the other door.
We both stand there in both doorways.
One of you only tells the truth. The only way that you leave this room is if you guess which one of us only tells the truth and which one only tells lies.
In the last episode.
In the last episode of that too, not a whole lot happened.
Yeah, not really.
The homies woke up. Everyone did a lot of paying attention to things that Thalen were doing. We went downstairs, had some semi-deep emotional conversations, and then made breakfast.
Yeah.
Meredith fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then everybody went upstairs, and then while that was going on, Lucian woke up. And Tommy and him had a super regular, not at all dramatic conversation about their feelings.
Yeah.
And then,
dude, when he said "my darling," oh, that's so good.
friggin' listen.
Look, I got the hots for Lucian. I gotta say.
Look, man, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm him.
And
that,
you have the hots
that's the
for
thing
him.
I have to work out for myself.
Let us know who you have the hots for.
Like and subscribe to our Spotify. I don't know what this is gonna be on. We have legit not gotten there yet.
Well, sort of. I've created accounts.
Well, yeah, we just haven't put it up
Yeah.
on there. Also,
Both of us are sick.
we're both sick. So
if we sound different, that's why.
yeah.
Maybe I'll just have a bit more of a raspy voice. A vocal fry.
Moan that raspy voice.
Raspy voice.
All right.
And then everyone came into the room, and then they're like, "Oh, he's awake," and then that's where we ended.
Mhm.
So now back into the world of Yennefer. I forgot that that's what the world was called.
Yeah, it really doesn't come up that often. Honestly, we could rename it and no one would notice.
Is that what is that just what the archipelago is called? Oh, okay.
Archipelago.
Archipelago.
I don't know why.
I kind of forgot also that it's like islands, that they are like island living, you know? They're like foresty islands.
Yeah, I
Anyways.
mean, it's not like tropical.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, like Japan is an island.
It's true.
I know.
Okay.
So anyway, Izzy's quite a good cook.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good, you know?
Really good.
Yeah. How did she learn how to cook so good?
It was like a skill that she was made to learn back at her family clan. She had to learn how to be entirely self-sufficient, and so they were just literally like, this is how you mend clothes, this is how you cook, this is how you do all. It's like when your dad's like, I'm gonna show you how to change a tire and change your oil, even though you could pay somebody else to do it, because you never know when you're gonna be stranded and you have to do that.
Yeah, when your dad does that. Anyway.
My dad didn't do that either.
Okay,
So
cool. You know, when somebody else's dad, I have had somebody else's dad show me how to
I haven't
do
had
those
anyone ever show me how to do it. I've never changed an oil, or I did change a
things.
tire.
An oil?
I did change a tire once.
Yeah.
But I figured that shit out on the fly, baby.
Dang, bro, my mom, we changed her tire. Anyway, she had to be entirely self-sufficient. That was one of the things that she learned how to do. And she would cook for herself in her apartment, presumably. And what's she cooking tonight, this evening? She just started, but what's the trajectory?
I think it's something that's very like Genasi flavored. Like, I think her favorite meals are ones that she remembers cooking, which the Genasi people in general, but especially the Lakmai family, are very like bare bones minimalistic aesthetic, you know, and that carries over into their meals, where it's very like you have a lot of times before she came to Waypoint Town, she didn't cook food ever, really. Like, the food that they would eat would be like a raw diet. Like, it would be raw vegetables, fruits, even raw meat and raw eggs and all of that, and they would have grains that they would cook, and that was it. But they were like, you need to learn how to do this, because the area in which she came from, they raised their own cattle, or raised their own, like, you know, animals that they butchered and all that, and they're like, we can eat this and have it be fine and have you not get sick. You're living in a city. This is probably, meat has been all over the place, you know? You're not getting your meat from backyard. And so she started cooking her food when she came here. So it's still very like, I am going to have, you know, a bed of cooked grains and vegetables that are like chopped, and, you know, a healthy amount of protein. so it's like very bare bones meals that she makes. But the one thing about them is that there's like special blends of spices that are very like unique to her family specifically. And she hates that she likes them because she doesn't really want anything to do with the Lakmai lineage. But this like specific blend of spices, she like spends a hefty amount of money acquiring because she's like, this is so good.
Mm-hmm. Besides, you wouldn't be able to eat this raw diet. I mean, raw vegetables, etc. would be work, but probably not raw meat because of the nature of the evening. What does Yezi's apartment look like?
It's really small, and it's like a one room. Like it's just one studio room. It is on the very top of an apartment building, and it's not even supposed to be necessarily a like a place for somebody to live. It is supposed to just be like a utility, like shed is a questionable word because it's on top of an apartment building, but it's like where maintenance stuff would be kept. And she worked out a deal with the proprietor of the apartment building, that she could stay there for more rent than what he rents out the other apartments for, as long as he doesn't let on that she's staying there. Cause she wanted it to be very under wraps. So she did that, and so it's like it doesn't have any windows. It has like a kind of skylight just for like ventilation. It has the front door, and you walk in, and she's like has a what's it freaking called? Because she can't have like a stove or a cooking area or anything like that, she has like put in furniture to be countertops and cabinets and stuff, like very small amount, very like what she can afford space wise. And then she has an area that is just like kind of like an open fire pit that she uses to cook in. And she has a basin on the other side, like to the right of the door. She has a carpet that covers the middle of the floor. She has multiple bookshelves that have a lot of books on them and some like very few knickknacks. She has a table in the middle, like a short kind of coffee table kind of thing in the middle, where she has like pillows on each side, and that's where she eats and reads and all that. And she has a bed on the very far end of the on the far end of the apartment.
Mm-hmm. So what are you saying? You think I'm going to let you live here with an unknown identity? Nothing on the record stating that you're here. It's not even an apartment.
I
you
know
understand that.
I do know that.
What makes you think I'm going to let you live here?
I don't know. I mean, you like money, don't you?
Oh, well, what
I can
exactly...
pay you more than... What do your current residents pay in rent?
15 gold a month.
What if I pay you 20 a month?
What if you pay me 30 a month?
I don't know if you want to push your luck.
Do I not?
No. Do you know what I do?
And how would I know that?
I don't know if you recognize the uniform. She's gonna like lean forward on like the desk and kind of like put her hand on her face, like her face resting in her hand, and kind of slip a dagger out of her sleeve and just kind of like tap it on the counter.
Well, I don't think we'll have any need for any of that. You said how many gold?
I think I said 17 a month.
I suppose that would be fine. I mean, it's bare bones. There's really nothing in there.
That is fine.
And we won't be able to outfit anything in there for you. I mean,
I don't need anything.
But you won't be able to cook. There's no bathroom.
I'll be able to cook. Everything will be fine.
What do you intend to do in there?
Live in there. But also, what I intend to do in there is none of your business.
I feel as though it is my business. I mean, I'm the proprietor of this apartment complex.
Why would you care? Do you know what all your residents here do in their spare time? Maybe you have somebody living here that
Yes, but I don't
brings
know
home
about it.
girls and, murders them. You would never know.
Well, I'd have a second, wouldn't I?
A second.
If you were here.
I'm not going to bring home girls and murder
Well,
them.
how do I know what you're going to do in here with... You're tapping a dagger on my desk.
Am I? Oh, sorry. She, puts it away. You can have a selective memory. Also, nobody can know that I'm here. Only you. But even you need to forget that.
Well, I suppose I can't say no very well, can I?
I don't think so.
Well, just be quiet about it. I don't need the other residents hearing about it.
You think I'm going to open my mouth about this?
No, I don't think you are going to open your mouth.
Who do you think is going to? You? I think I've made it very clear what would happen.
You're missing my point. Whatever you're doing in there, you will keep it quiet.
Yes, sir.
He, slams the key to the thing down on the countertop.
She, grabs it and, drags it across and holds it in her hand. Thank you.
You walk upstairs to your new apartment, and you hear in the background some mumblings about how the Assassin's Guild is a blight on our society and things of that nature. And so you are up in your apartment cooking things in this makeshift cooking situation, which you have outfitted for yourself. And all of a sudden you hear at the door.
Am I expecting anyone?
You might be. Roll a insight check.
Okay. A natural 20.
Holy crap. You remember the events of a few weeks ago, give or take, around that time frame. It was long enough ago that you have to remember it.
Mm-hmm.
A mission that you had gone on, and you came back to the Assassin's Guild, and for some reason there was some sort of mishap that had occurred during the mission, and the entire house had gone up in a puff of smoke. You and Hale had to escape out one of the windows, and you and him made it back to the Assassin's Guild, going through the tunnels, and when you got back, you saw a group of thieves, which had reminded you of a certain group of thieves that you had seen at the Thieves Guild earlier that day. And one of them was wearing a balaclava, the same balaclava-clad thief that you had seen earlier that day, or another one. There's no way to tell. Maybe even also the one that you had seen during that mission, who seemed so harrowed when reading whatever piece of paper that he was reading.
Okay. Am I still with Hale, or have I, left him somewhere to figure himself out?
You were talking to him walking through the hallways when you passed this room. Well, that didn't go as planned now, did it?
I guess not. You really should stop smoking. This is just another example as to why that is not a good idea.
Oh, I'll stop now, love. You know.
I'm gonna see him, or see the balaclava guy and kind of stop and be like, do you think that you could figure yourself out?
Excuse me?
Are you going to be fine alone?
What are you talking about, Yezi? What makes you think?
Want to talk to somebody really quick.
You want to talk to somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Who might that be?
Why do you care?
I'm just looking out for you, doll.
You
know.
don't need to. I'm
Well,
fine.
I think I might come too, huh?
No. I'll see you later.
Just,
You don't need to do this.
I'm just interested. Who do you talk to besides me?
Plenty of people.
Oh, yeah? Well, I think I'll tag along. I'm curious to meet whoever it is you're talking to.
Can you at least make it seem like you're not there?
I'm great at that.
Okay, you're gonna need to shut up, though. Your coughing
yes,
is going...
well, is that any way to talk to your partner?
Yes, I think that is a perfectly fine way to talk to your partner.
He's like leaning up against the stone wall, and still kind of across from him, you see like him, and then you see across the way, the group of thieves, still in that room being talked to. Go ahead, roll a perception check with your perception dice while I have a sip of water.
8.
You see that slightly, they have kind of moved positions from where they were, but they're pretty good far away, so it's, you can't really make out a whole lot of what's going on over there.
You know, whatever. I'm going to go catch him before he leaves.
Him?
I don't know. Probably. There's not a lot of girls or any other rumination of that in the Thieves Guild or even in the Assassin's Guild.
You're gonna go talk to one of them thieves?
Yes.
Don't tell me, Yezi.
What?
Is it the one what had that thing on his face? You told me not to mess with him.
Maybe.
Yezi.
What?
Listen, whatever happened, leave him to his fate. That's my advice. That's all I'm gonna say,
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, who else would it have been?
Look, I don't really care about what happened. I mean, it wasn't fun having to escape out of a window, but...
It was a bit exciting, innit?
Not with you dragging me down.
What can I say?
Yeah, what can you say?
It's just a bit, it's helping you survive.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
Look...
weighing you down.
Just be lucky that it wasn't me. I don't even think that you'd be able to pick me up.
No, I gotta say, it's quite a good point, Yezi.
Yeah, made out of rock. You'd have to be like... not an old man like you. Anyways. What?
An old man, Yezi. You've hurt me. You cut me deep to my heart. No, I'm not an old man. What are you talking about? Listen. It's,
You're old enough to be my dad.
Well, Is that a problem?
Is that a problem?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. 9.
You see that the, other people, thieves in Thieves Guild Universe filing out of the room that the other guy was in.
Oh my god, whatever. Do whatever you want. And she's gonna...
Well, I can't be hip anymore because he says that as you walk away. Yeah. And you hear him kind of like, whatever. He put his hands up and start walking in the other direction. And he's going to call your name one more time. Yezi.
What?
I'll see you at the
yeah,
old D&E. All right. Don't keep me waiting. And he walks away.
She looks back with a scowl and then dips her head towards Fingers. So
you're walking in the direction of the room that he was in, and you walk in and you see him. You walk past these thieves, and is the thieves. It's hard to make out whether it's the thieves from before or whatever. The only thing that you see about them is that they have soot marks on them. Roll a perception check.
With my perception
dice. Hey,
look,
listen.
9.
One of them's missing.
One of the thieves is missing?
There was another one that had been being talked to in this office. Maybe he just couldn't. Maybe, maybe he already left or something like that. But there's definitely an additional one than what walked out of that room. And we're counting the one in the balaclava. So
there's one missing in this room now. Or there's
a group walking out of the room.
Yes.
This group does not include Fingers. Call a spade a spade. The guy in the balaclava.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't include one additional thief.
Okay.
So they're missing two. One of them is for sure in a balaclava, and the other one is another one.
Okay.
And you walk into the room. It's very, stone hallway, dark, torchlight, the whole nine. And the floor is like a ice cold rock floor. You feel very at home. And as you are walking through, you see these thieves kind of file past you, and you're like, okay, interesting. And the door is open. You walk into the room, and you see in the middle of the floor, there's a thief in a balaclava, and he is facing the opposite wall, and he's sitting on his knees.
Okay.
And he's just sitting there. The room is just, and again, like a stone wall. It's got a torch at the far end of the room. There's a couple chairs, like a table, whatever, but it is a pretty small room used for, things of this nature.
Is there anyone else in this room besides him? Okay.
Completely empty. There was another person who you saw leave besides the thieves, and it was a member of the Assassin's Guild. You don't do a whole lot of socializing, but if you can roll a history check to see if
11.
You would recognize that person as someone who works closely with the director.
Okay.
Of the Assassin's Guild. A little parenthetical there. Right. By his uniform that he was wearing. He pays you no mind because why would he?
Yeah.
And just for the record, Hale's uniform and his rank is that of just a regular assassin.
Yeah,
he just
but
happens to have some sort of special relationship with the director.
Okay.
That you know about because he tells you.
Yeah.
So you walk into the room and you see this guy on his knees in the middle of the floor facing the opposite wall.
Are you okay? Okay.
He's gonna like not even look at you. He's just like looking at the ground.
Making a lot of noise that tells me that you're not.
What? Are you here to tell me more stuff I did wrong or something?
No.
Cool.
I have nothing to do with the Thieves Guild.
Okay.
What? Are you crying?
He's gonna like get up on his hands and he's gonna like push himself forward. He's gonna stand up. And he turns around, and he's got a hood on, and his head's kind of bowed. And he turns around and looks back at you and is like, can I help you with something? Do you need something?
Well, I just was curious about you. I saw you earlier, and, you have that thing going on, and she kind of like gestures to his mask, and me too, and so I was curious, and then I saw you at the house.
I don't look. I gotta go.
Wow, they really must have given you a tongue lashing. What is your name?
Why are you asking me these things? What is gonna happen next? What's gonna happen to me?
What do you mean, what is going to happen to you?
I don't know who you are. I don't know what to... Can I just go?
Sure, if you want.
He's gonna like walk slightly forward, and as he kind of picks his head up and he moves across the light, you can see that he has on his cheek like a bleeding cut, and his eyes black.
My name is Vane. If you wanted to know. And she's gonna like walk more into the room and just go sit down in one of the chairs. Kind of like crosses her legs and her arms are crossed across her chest.
Nice to meet you.
I haven't met you yet because you haven't told me your name.
Sorry. It's kind of funny. You really don't? You don't? Sometimes people do.
Know your name?
Yeah.
I really don't know. I'm not the kind of person that's going to ask questions that I already know the answer to.
Okay. It's Fingers.
Okay. Why is that funny?
For the obvious reasons, I would have thought, but
Oh, what? Because of your hands?
Oh, okay. I was just. This is a funny thing to call a fella, but I guess also that too.
I mean, my name is Vane. It's not like kind of gross.
I mean, no. I mean, well, for an assassin, like what?
The reason is because of the veining in my skin. I assume that the reason that they call you Fingers is because of that.
Are you wearing your mask?
Yeah, but you can still see, like, partially on her face, like, you know, the one coming from her eye down her neck.
Is it? Is it safe here? Like, is anything
Safe?
Yeah, like. I mean, they.
What do you, in Waypoint Town?
No, like here, like. I've never been here before.
The Assassin's Guild?
Yeah. I mean, there's this like guy. I can kind of see him looking at me out the door.
Hell, I told you to leave us alone.
I was just curious, yes.
I don't care if you're curious. Go away.
He like Fingers is like looking at him that way.
You don't have to pay him any mind. He is just a peeping Tom.
Okay. I thought maybe this was like something or something.
I'm not here to kill you. I wouldn't make this into some kind of game.
Wouldn't you? Would you not? Would not you?
No. I know that some people would, but I would not.
Okay, well, so. I don't. Look.
I get it. You don't know who I am. I am just curious as to why you wear that. I mean, you don't.
Well, I'm a thief. I'm in the thieves
Not all
guild.
the thieves wear a full face mask. I know what most of the thieves' faces look like.
You can ask somebody and they'll tell you.
No, I'm asking you.
Okay, well, you can ask somebody and I'm sure they'd be happy to tell you why.
I don't care about other people's opinion.
What does it matter, huh? What do you then?
What am I?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Look, I'm not interested because it doesn't matter, right? No? Is that not true?
Interested?
Yeah, I mean, clearly you don't want somebody to know because you got a mask on your face, so I'm not going to ask you. Huh? Is that not?
All right. Getting a little defensive. Are we not?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be.
You don't need to apologize.
Okay.
I'm not asking for one.
What are you asking for?
I don't know. You seemed rather interesting. And, what? Do you not like being interesting?
I don't know what this is, but
It is just a conversation. Is that alright?
I'm not used to that, so
Conversations?
yeah, that's funny.
No, it's just surprising.
Hmm?
It's just surprising.
It's surprising.
You have a nice voice. I feel like maybe people would want to listen to it more.
Really, I don't know what this is. So,
This is nothing. If you want me to leave you alone, I can leave you alone. Or we can continue this conversation somewhere else.
here I'm gonna level with you real quick. Vane. I've never been here before. I was kind of I was kind of distracted when we walked in here,
Okay.
and the guys kind of left.
Do you not know how to leave?
Some thief, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Are you asking me to show you the way?
I mean, well, here are the options as I see them. If you're gonna kill me,
It's not going to happen. And I cannot say that with more conviction. It's not going to happen.
Okay. Well, if that guy's gonna...
He's not going to either. Because he knows what will happen if he tries anything. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, I don't wanna...
Just make a sentence. Ask me to or not. I'm not going to do anything unless you tell me to.
I don't know.
Okay. Then I guess that we can sit here and think about nothing.
Are you... You don't have anything but else to do?
No, I think that my schedule is pretty clear.
You're just gonna sit in here and watch me
Struggle? I don't know.
Okay. I'll go see if I can find it. So,
Okay.
I'll see you around, I guess.
I guess so.
Maybe you could... Could you, like, tell me, like, a direction it looked like?
And what will you do for me?
Nothing. I don't really have anything that I could...
Okay. Look, you know, I spend many nights by myself. Do you drink at all?
No.
No. Do you eat food?
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while. Alright. If I give you directions, will you let me find out more about you over dinner?
Probably not.
Okay. I guess we're both out of luck.
I figured that this was how it was. So I'll
You figured that this is how it was.
you wanted something from me, so I'll find it myself.
Okay.
If you could just like give me like a
She's gonna do like a zipper motion and like throwing away the key.
what all I gotta do is know the address to your place, and then you'll show me how to get out of here without getting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what is it?
Actually, it does not have a address. You know that apartment building that is right by the small tavern and that is joined right next to the tailors.
Oh, yeah.
It's like really tall and kind of falling apart, honestly.
Mhm.
Yeah, right on the outskirts of town. The roof. If you can figure out how to get up there.
No, I can figure it out. Yeah, I'm. You know, I know I look like this, and what happened, but I can get on a
You
roof.
look like this.
Yeah, you know.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean, like, you know, it didn't go great,
Well, I mean,
but I can do that much. I think without screwing it up, probably.
Okay. I mean, if you screw it up, it's just gonna be you screwing it up. You know, that's just going to affect you. I just want to happen to see you if you fall off the side of the building.
What a loss that would be for us all.
Okay.
So if you could nose me in the direction of the way out of here,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Right. You go straight from here, and then you're going to take a left, and you're going to keep walking down.
You're really not going to show me. You're really going to tell
Oh
me
my
the
god,
direction.
you want me to show you? I
Yeah.
want to hear you say it.
Yeah, I want you to show me. Yeah.
Okay. She like gets up and her arms are still crossed and she's walking past him. Follow me. And she's gonna like walk down and just like not look behind her to see if he's following.
Okay. He follows. So, you had that conversation, and you're not necessarily expecting anybody to pick you up on it.
Yeah, I think that she was fully just like, he's not gonna.
Yeah, but you had seen him earlier that same day,
Mm-hmm.
and he had you had kind of caught each other's eye,
Mm-hmm.
and he had looked at you, and he looked a little skinny.
A little skinny.
A little skinnier than you had recalled him looking. You're sitting in your house doing your thing, you know,
Mhm.
cooking it up, and you hear that at your door.
Can I ask who that is?
If you're busy,
Okay, I know who it is.
okay.
And she's gonna go and like put her mask back on,
Mm-hmm.
and she's gonna open the door. I didn't really think that you were going to come.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Do you want to come in?
Sure. If that's. I had thought maybe that would be
Come in.
Okay.
She's gonna like make space for him to be able to come in, and then closes the door and locks it. Sorry, it's a little dark in here.
You gotta lock the door. I guess it is your place.
I can keep it unlocked if you want.
No, it's alright. It's just funny, is
Okay.
all.
Why is it funny? I don't want anyone coming in here that's not invited.
No, it's just like such like anyway. You know, you shut the door and you lock it. I don't know.
Oh, right.
Is it? I
Like,
don't
if you
know.
are uncomfortable, you don't have to be here.
Do you want me to go?
That's not what I said.
No, it's not. I'm not uncomfortable. I just thought. I'm sorry. I thought it was funny. Kind of, Oh, is it not not an assassin thing to do or something?
What is not an assassin thing
I don't
to
know.
do?
Like you shut the door and you lock it.
Look, right now, I am not an assassin. So please don't call me one.
Is it like a touchy subject?
A little.
Oh. Okay. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Anyways, I hope you are hungry. I mean, I just started cooking, so it's going to take a little bit of time, but...
Well, I wasn't sure if the invitation was sort of open or if...
Open?
Yeah, I was kind of just, I didn't know if it applied only to that one day or...
Do you want to come over more?
No. I didn't mean like that. I mean, because you said it on just that one day. I didn't know if you meant whenever or just then.
I mean, it has been... How long has it been since that?
Like a few weeks.
Okay. It has been quite a few weeks, so...
Okay, I'll head out.
I'm not saying that. I am saying that you are here and I haven't kicked you out. So, whatever you want to make that mean, make it mean something.
Okay. I was just... I don't know. I just was kind of hanging around the area, and I thought...
You don't have to explain yourself.
Okay, well,
Do you want anything to drink?
Oh, that's okay. I'm fine.
All right. Well, I'm going to have something to drink. And she's going to, pour some kind of alcohol or something for her.
Mm. Yeah, I thought... I really don't know why I came. I guess this is stupid.
Why do you think it is stupid?
Because I don't know, interrupting your...
Interrupting. Was not doing anything but cooking, and I happen to be cooking more than I usually do tonight, so I had some stuff that was going to go bad.
What are you making?
Just fish that I got today, and grains, and had some squash that was going to go bad.
That sounds good. You hear his stomach growl, intensely.
I hope so. Do you like stuff that is spicy?
Oh, spicy stuff? Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Because it is not spicy for me, but I have heard that
Oh, really?
people who are
Listen,
not...
You're gonna be impressed. I mean, I think, at least, if you...
this is like a special kind of... It's not just like peppers and stuff like that. It is like something that I spend a lot of money on acquiring.
You don't have to give me
No.
that.
The food already has it. I'm not saying that it's a lot of money. I'm saying that because it is hard to get, because it is Genazi specific. I'm Genazi. What is that smile on your face?
That's interesting. I was kind of... I wasn't thinking about it. But I was curious, because you look kind of different.
As to what I am.
Well, I know we had a whole conversation about it. But, so I wasn't going to ask you. It doesn't matter. Like, right, it doesn't
I'm a
matter.
Earth genasi.
But because if you okay, if you anyway, um,
What is? Do you have questions about it?
well, I guess no. I mean, not really. It was just something that I was. It was just because you look really kind of different from how I roll a insight check.
Okay. Nat 20.
He's looking at you funny. Anyway,
You're looking at me weird.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
I
to
look
be.
different than what? Can you stop being so vague?
You're just kind of interesting. You know?
Oh, am I?
Yeah, kind of.
Interesting to talk to or interesting to look at?
It seems like a trap. And I know I'm a thief, but you'd be surprised. So I'm gonna quit while I'm behind, I guess.
It is not a trap. If you're trying to objectify me, I don't care.
Is that what I'm trying to do?
I don't know what you're trying to do.
I don't want to be doing that.
What is it that you are doing?
I don't know. You putting my foot in my mouth. I had thought.
You're funny.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm wrong then.
You're not wrong, but I'm also not funny. That's true. I just it was nice of you to do that. I guess I just wanted to come here to tell you that I appreciate it, and I know I kind of had to drag it out of you. But even just the fact that you do it, I mean, I'm not. I don't have a lot of that, and so, I mean, they like left me there, you know, and I was.
Oh, like showing you the way out?
Yeah, I mean, just.
Look, I know that I talk a big game, but I wasn't actually going to let you try to figure it out yourself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, even
The Assassin's Guild would. I mean, they're not going. Most people are not going to hurt you if they don't have a contract. There
that's
are,
comforting.
well, you know, thieves steal when they don't have a person telling them to do it, right?
Yeah, I would never kill somebody though. Well,
I would never.
you know what
I try not to.
Hmm?
The food is ready if you are hungry, which
Oh.
I think you are.
Is it that obvious?
Well, you know.
He's gonna like take a bite.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you want? I don't have like a chair, so I just sit on the floor on these pillows.
floor is great.
Okay.
Oh my goodness,
Is it good?
it's food. That's really my criteria at this point.
Well,
Oh.
I'm glad to have provided this.
This is wow. You're really good at this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Still though, you know, it was really nice you and I
You don't have to thank me. We can stop, in fact.
Oh, you don't want me to?
No.
Okay.
Why don't we talk about something else? Something that does not have to do with any guilds or showing the way out of.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I mean, what are you all about? I mean, you know, thief that I see kind of just wandering around a lot. Do you have a place to stay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we can.
Alright, here's a more light-hearted question. Do you have... Oh, this is so cliche. You're not really giving me anything right now. Do you have any hobbies besides
hobbies?
stealing?
Not really. I'm pretty busy with all that stuff, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I like to walk around, and that's pretty much me, you know.
Walking is nice.
Yeah. Do you do anything?
I really like reading.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I see you got a lot of books.
Yeah.
You know what? I did. Wow.
What?
Can you read? You can read all of these? All these books? Can you read all of them?
What does that mean?
Like, there's so many different languages.
Oh, yes. If you don't count Thieves' Cant, I speak 4 different languages.
Wow. That's really impressive.
Oh.
How did you learn so many languages?
Well, I have my native language, and then obviously I had to learn Common. It's a given. Thieves' Cant, I feel like, is also a given considering what we do. Anyways, I learned Dwarvish because during the war, I thought that it might be useful. There was a lot more dwarves around. But it is funny, I do not know Elvish, but I do not care to learn.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. And I know Infernal. I learned it because, I don't know, I thought that it was a language that a lot of people don't care to learn.
Yeah.
I thought that it might be interesting to learn.
Is that the only reason why?
What do you mean?
I
mean, you know, enrichment, my own benefit.
Benefit, huh?
Knowing another language is useful.
I guess so. I only know the one, so.
You only know Common.
Mm.
Are you human?
Yeah. How can you tell?
I can't.
I'm curious. Tell me.
How can you tell?
Yeah. How can you tell?
Your accent is very human.
Yeah,
I can't see anything else about you unless you take off your mask, but you know, I don't expect you to.
He's like he's eating, so he pulled it up and he's covering his mouth while he eats. Yeah, well, you know, maybe I'm just maybe I'm horribly disfigured or something. You know?
Yeah, maybe I am too.
What?
What?
Oh, you mean like behind the... Doesn't... That's not something that would bother me. Not that you would care, but if that's why, then you don't have to like hide that.
That's not why. I am used to not showing anyone that part of me. So.
That's fine. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was really good.
Thank you.
The food that you made. And
are you leaving?
Well, I don't know why.
You're going to dine me and then you're going to leave.
I think you dined me.
Is that what I did?
Yeah. I guess. Well, it's not... I didn't mean for it to be like that. I just figured that you would...
Why don't you stay and talk then?
Because
You can.
I know why I came, and I know that it's not good, and so
Why did you come?
there's no reason, there's no point in me telling you.
Then why bring it up?
I mean, I just thought it was interesting because you said that you thought that I was interesting.
I do, and I still do.
Maybe
My interest is piqued even more.
maybe I thought maybe you were interesting.
Mm. And tell me, what are you curious about?
It's not. I'm not.
Not
I was
even-
being dumb.
Not even a little bit.
Well, I just listen.
It's unusual, you know. Usually, people see me and they have a lot of questions, you know. Some of them are sometimes about the guild and I don't answer any of them. Or sometimes they are about Genazi and, you know, questions about that, which usually I do not mind answering. Sometimes they are insensitive. But
I mean, I know what you are, so I don't need to ask any more questions, really.
you know the name. Do you actually know anything?
That's not what I mean. And I gotta put it out of my head because.
You and me both.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you enjoy stealing?
No.
Okay, so then you get it.
No. I mean, listen, I could, some joker loses his wallet. And he goes home and whines to his wife he lost his wallet.
Yeah, I guess it is different.
Uh-huh.
Look, I have no other choice. I don't want to do this. If I tell you something, you cannot tell anyone.
Depends on what it is.
No.
Yeah.
Why does it depend?
Yeah.
Who are you going to go tell anything about me?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I won't tell anybody, yeah.
I try as much as possible to not kill as many people as I can. And if the guild was to ever find out about that, I would be dead. But the guild is the least of my worries. So, for reasons that I'm not going to tell you, I was put in this situation that I cannot get out of. But I try to, I don't know, I try to find some kind of loophole within it to give a couple of people the choice.
So you have to be an assassin?
Yes.
Or what?
I, frankly, or else I die. So, I don't really want that to happen. And I figure if I wasn't a part of the Assassin's Guild, all of the people that I have spared would just be dead. The contracts would still exist, and they would get an assassin that would actually do their job.
And so that's, you justify it to yourself like that?
I don't know. I have to find some way to live with myself. You know how I said I didn't want to talk about this? The even Assassin Guild stuff?
Well, I mean, like, you said you're interested in me. You invited me over. You wouldn't let me leave without telling me your address. So I thought that... listen, like I said, I don't know why I came over. I guess I just thought that... I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. I don't got a whole lot else going on right now. And so, I don't mean it that way, but I just mean it. I was thinking that maybe it would be nice.
It can be.
No, it can't be, is what I'm saying. So I'm being unfair to you because it can't, that's not possible.
Is it not?
No, because you're...
Because I'm an assassin.
Yeah. You say
well,
that...
I can't blame you. I would feel the same way.
Why? Listen. Sorry.
I'm listening.
It's just nothing. It just would be this, you know?
What would?
It would have to be like this. This is happening, and then it's gotta be like this, and
What is happening?
You say you gotta do it or else you'll get... someone will kill you, you'll get killed.
Yeah.
That's not a easy choice.
I've thought long and hard about it, and no, it is not.
That's what I mean.
Maybe I'm a coward. I don't know. But this is what it is. This is what I've landed on. So.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Because why did I come here, you know?
I don't know. I mean, look. What we can do is... I miss having conversations with people who are not part of the Assassin's Guild. And I don't have very many friends, if we throw that term around. And it seems to me that you are alone a lot. And perhaps you feel the same about conversations within people in the Thieves Guild. So maybe we can both forget what we do for one night and just talk.
How am I gonna forget that?
I don't know.
Is that easy to forget?
No. It really isn't. How about we don't forget, but we pretend? Remember how you... Well, maybe you didn't, but when I was little I loved playing pretend. Escaping from the world. didn't see it like that then, but now maybe that is what I was doing.
I think that I'm really sorry that I came and bothered you.
I'm not asking for an apology.
I know, but you deserve one because I don't know what.
I really don't deserve one. So,
That's not true. You do deserve one. Because I was being stupid. I can never look past something like that. And I was being selfish by thinking that I could occupy myself for a little bit with someone who was interested in me. I thought that I could. That doesn't happen a whole lot. So.
What, people being interested in you?
Not like.
But not
no,
like I am.
Not like they not. And no. And so I thought I could look past it. And I was, or not that, but I didn't want to think about it.
Neither do I.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that how can you not think about it?
Didn't say I was good at it.
Why did you have to tell me that you...
What?
That you were interested, or that you... I don't know, that you were... Why did you have to invite me over in the first place?
Because I didn't think that you were going to take me up on the offer.
Oh, really? That's why? A little game or something?
No. It is nice to imagine that maybe I can have some semblance of something normal. But that's too much to ask for, isn't it?
Well, why would you think that that's something that you could have?
I don't know. You tell me. You seem to have strong opinions about everything about me, so...
I don't have... It's not opinion. I guess I just would ask you to... I've seen you a couple other times.
Have you?
Yeah. Around. And look, you don't have to play coy or anything. I've seen you see me and, wave at me and...
Mm-hmm.
Like, look... I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it.
Look what? I can't read your mind, Fingers.
What excellent news. You just... looking at me.
Yeah?
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I didn't even think about it that way, Really, I didn't. You're just going to have to take my word for it.
I do.
But it just seemed like it would be nice. And maybe it would be, but if you weren't like this. But that's not your fault. I mean,
Tell me what you really think. I'm a big girl.
I'm trying to do that. So I'm sorry. That's why I'm sorry, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, no hard feelings. I'm just gonna take a swig from her drink.
I really am, though.
You really are what? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever read?
No, I'm not much of a book guy.
Are you not? My favorite kind of books are ones about anatomy, because it is fascinating, to say the least. There's not a lot of books about Genoese anatomy, and we are so different.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I can see why that would be interesting too.
Mm-hmm. Like my sweat, blood, and tears look very different. And I have seen at like taverns and stuff like that, somebody pick up a mug that has hot liquid in it and then drop it because it is too hot for them to hold, or a pan that is really hot on the outside and they accidentally touch it and it hurts them. I don't get that. I never knew that was like a... I mean, I get it if I hold it for a really long time and it seeps in, warms up my hands. But it's not an instant reaction.
Huh. That's kind of interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it seems useful.
Useful?
Yeah,
I guess so.
you don't have to wait for anything to
Cool down.
cool down.
Yeah. It,
Do you... nothing.
What are you going to ask?
Do you... Like... I don't know how to ask. Or, like, how to word it. But in the rain, do you... like, change color? Like, if the rain hits you, do you...
I do.
Is that a weird question?
It's
I'm
not
sorry.
a weird question.
I'm so sorry.
You know how your hair gets darker when it's wet?
Mm-hmm.
Because your hair soaks up the water. That is like my skin. I get a lot darker. So I just soak up the water.
Huh.
It's kind of nice. A nice feeling.
Is it? I would think it would be cold or something.
It's like, I mean, it can be. But, it's like a nice cool all over.
It seems like it would be nice.
It is.
Yeah, just get rained on.
Get wet.
Yeah, well, and then...
Is that not nice?
I mean, if you go...
I mean, I've seen people swimming. They seem to think that is nice.
Well, you think it's... I would... Do you not? Is it different?
I can't really swim.
Can you not?
Not because I don't know how, because I can't learn.
Are you tarantula?
I'm 330 pounds of stone.
Tarantulas can't learn. You're 330... I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Not because you're a lady and I'm not supposed to say stuff like that. I just can't believe you're 330 pounds.
I'm really, really heavy. I am made out of stone.
You're so small. You're a little short. You're
Look, it is not my fault you are tall.
vertically challenged.
I am not...
330...
Isn't it cute? I think that it is a nice thing.
Is what cute? Being 330... However many...
Being small.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sure, yeah. But, like, it's crazy that you can pack away so much. I'm really sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. But that's why I cannot swim. A rock cannot float.
Do you just
I can walk to the very
power
bottom.
through the Can you breathe underwater?
No, I'm not water.
Do you need to
Janozi.
breathe?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Me too.
I know that I am but I still am alive.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply anything like that. I didn't.
Water Janozi, though, cannot be on land.
Wow. It's hanging out in the water, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not much of a swimmer, really.
Oh?
Yeah, there's not a lot of places to do it around here.
There's a couple of rivers and streams and stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't really like to do that.
Okay. And you don't like to get rained on either.
Yeah.
You're like a cat.
I'm like, oh, excuse me?
Like a cat.
Like a cat?
Yeah.
I guess.
Don't like the water.
I don't. It's not that I don't like the water.
What is it then?
Anyway,
Okay.
uh,
A scaredy cat.
I'm not scared of the water.
No, you can't say what's on your mind. Just because a pretty girl is sitting in front of you.
Where? Point her out and I can...
No, I don't know where she is.
I'm not scared to. I probably have made that somewhat clear at this point.
I guess so. Actually, you're pretty brave. Telling me what you think even though you don't trust me.
Oh, that's not bravery. That's...
Or is it not? A reckless abandon, I guess.
I think that's one way to put it.
Well, maybe you don't view that as bravery.
It's not. It's not. I don't view it
Can
that
you
way.
stop telling me how I think? You keep telling me I'm wrong. But they're my opinions, are they not?
No. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess they're your opinion, but... Well. I think I've overstayed my welcome.
If that's what you want to believe.
It's not... It's not like that.
What do you mean it is not like that?
It has nothing to do with what I want.
So does this have to do with what I want?
I don't know what you want.
I don't know what I want either. But I don't want anything from you. So you don't have to feel obligated in any way.
I kind of do.
Obligated?
Yeah, but
Why do you feel obligated?
I am obligated. But we already talked about that. I'm just saying it doesn't have to do with... It should. The things that I want and the things that I believe should align is what I'm trying to say, and they don't, as it turns out. So...
Do you want to stay?
No.
Okay. You don't have to then.
Well, then I won't.
Okay.
It would be easier if you would kind of stop.
Stop what?
Doing that stuff that you do. looking at me and winking at me and
Oh. It'd be easier. Does it make you feel some type of way?
not like that, because
Why? Because it can't? Or because you're not allowed to?
I don't like that question.
Or because you don't want it to? Maybe a mixture of all three.
I just want to make it clear that I wouldn't think about you like that, because I think that you are. That's all there. Obviously, that's all there. I mean, obviously, but I wouldn't think about you like that because you're so nice to me.
Oh.
So that was the thing that really, and everything else is just also there.
You don't like that I am nice to you?
No. That's the thing that I appreciated.
Hmm.
And anything else about you
It's too much.
I think you're beautiful.
Oh.
But that's not why I came here tonight. It was to talk to you because you were so kind to me. I can leave here, you can think any way you want about me, but I'm not gonna let you think that I thought that way about you for 1 second, because that's not true. I just couldn't. I know that you were being whatever, but...
Oh.
But I was so scared. I guess you could tell. You could probably tell.
Yeah.
Like, I hit me.
Who did?
It's fine.
Who was it? The director?
I don't even know who he was. I couldn't tell you anyway. But you were so nice. And and then when I came in here and you said that there was no way you were going to let me walk out of there.
Of course I wouldn't.
I just mean that I appreciate that.
I don't want to say you're welcome, because I think that kindness is some kind of penance for what I do. And if I was any other way,
What do you mean?
I would not be able to live with myself in the betterment that I do if I did what I do for a living and also was not kind. So I don't want to say you're welcome, because it feels wrong to say that. But I'm glad that it helped you.
This is also true, though. You can't justify doing what you do.
Do you not think I know that?
By being kind.
She just kind of smiles a little bit and shakes her head yes.
Is that all it was? There was nothing else that made you want to be.
No, it's not all it was.
What else was there?
Why do you want to know?
You know, I don't know. You're right. He's gonna put his hands on his thighs,
Mm-hmm.
kind of push himself up. Roll a perception check with advantage because it's pretty obvious.
Okay, 15.
He's like standing turned towards you,
Mm-hmm.
and his head's kind of looking out the door. You can tell that he is looking for a reason to not leave.
Do you not want to go?
No, I do want to go. I do want to go. I do. You're right. I do want to go. Thanks for dinner.
You're welcome.
And I'll see you around.
Yes, you will. Good night.
Good night. He's gonna go to open the door,
Mm-hmm.
and the door's locked. And he goes, ha. And he unlocks it. And then he leaves.
I think Yezi lays down on the ground and she's like, okay. What was that?
That was wild that
I think I'm
happened.
going to go to the dentityphonium. And she like gets up and just leaves and goes to the dentityphonium.
Waits the appropriate amount
Yeah,
of time
like-
to where, like, he
I
probably...
think he's probably gone by now.
Yeah. So. Cooking.
Cooking.
Lots of stuff happens when you cook. And as Yezi flips over her final egg, she looks out of the corner of her eye and sees Fingers playing paper football with Ethiad
Mm-hmm.
and hitting him in the face square with the paper football. Like, listen, I feel like I should get extra points for that, is all I'm saying. You know, like,
What do you mean extra points?
you get extra points, you hit somebody in the face.
You
It's
just-
a rule from
you
now
are
on.
making that up right now.
Yeah, I am. I'm glad that you...
That is not how rules work.
What are you talking about?
You can't just, I have to agree to them.
Wait, that's not how that works.
Yes, he's gonna throw the thing in his face.
Ow.
Okay, I get extra points now.
You didn't flick it. You're supposed to flick it through the field
new
goal.
rule, you don't have to flick it.
punk.
You could just throw it.
Let's
new
arm
rule.
wrestle.
New
Let's
rule.
arm wrestle. Yes, he like
Yeah, I
so-
think yes, he turned around and she's like, will you two shut up? Do you not realize that it is like 5 a.m.? I have been cooking and you guys have just been sitting there.
Well, you're really good at it.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not. How do you want me to look at
And she like
okay,
turns
let's
around.
all. If you could get a room, please.
That would be great.
And
Anyways.
yeah, you bring all this food upstairs. You walk into the room, and everyone is kind of filed behind Fingers, leading the way, except for it just for housekeeping, if you will. Meredith is downstairs asleep next to a cup of tea, and all the kids are still asleep because it is stupid o'clock in the morning. You hear like pat, 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 you know, at one point, and then Misha's like, "Hey, go back to sleep, okay? It's so early. I can't. I got stuff to do. But if you could, no, okay. Well, Mom's downstairs. Go wake her up." And like walk upstairs with the whole crew. Opens the whole crew. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Okay. It just sounded like noises to my own self. You walk upstairs. Everyone's piled behind Fingers. He opens the door. Squeak, squeak. And as he pulls the door away, he sees, and Tavmil sees this happen, Lucian sit up straight from reclining against the bed frame and let go of Tavmil's hand. And he kind of sits up, and everyone hears Fingers go, Lucian!
What? Is he awake?
Hello?
Hello. Is breakfast ready?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I figured you'd still be asleep, so we didn't, I'll go grab you a plate. It's no need, mate. I'm not hungry.
Well, that's not... I already told him that I don't care that he's not hungry. He's going to eat. He can have mine.
What are you talking? No, you gotta eat too. That's for sure.
All
We
right.
made quite a bit. I can go downstairs and get some more whenever. So
Yes, please.
okay,
Will you do that right now?
okay. Give me a moment.
All right.
And Fingers like opens the door. Like you're all kind of filing in. And Fingers opens the door the rest of the way, and kind of like puts his bowl on the ground. And Thalen like hands Fingers his bowl, and he's like, "I'll be right back." And Fingers is like, "Oh, okay."
I think Iverson steps in. She's like, right, before you eat, I want to ask you a few questions.
Me.
Yeah, you. You just woke up from, like, being in a bad way and all that. So I just want to make sure that you're all, like, compass mentis, if you know what I mean.
Do you?
Yeah. Look, what's your full name?
Who are you?
What do you mean, who are you? Shoot. I mean, you weren't really all that conscious when I did save you from that spot. I brought you here, and I fixed you up, so...
Did you?
I did. She helped a little bit, and Meredith, you don't know Meredith, you were knocked out, but the lady who owns this house also helped you a bit, but I'm the one with the knowledge, so...
Yeah, I have so much to tell you. We were all with each other, and then we like found her, and she was holding you, and you looked. And can we start at the beginning, please?
Well, who wants to start? Because I think we all got different beginnings.
I feel like Fingers is gonna like, like what's Ethiad and Yezi doing?
I think Yezi's just kind of standing next to Fingers, being like, I'm going to let him do the talking. Actually, you know what? No. I think Yezi is standing in the corner like, I hope he does not remember how I was first involved. I do not want to start at the beginning, And then I think Ethiad is just like standing in the doorway, eating his food, staring at Lucian, just being like, oh my god, he is okay. I'm so hungry. Oh my god, he is okay.
Yeah. So as kind of like he's like serving. Roll a perception check as Yezi.
Okay.
Roll an insight check rather.
Okay. 21.
Wow. You can tell that as you walked in, Lucian looked at you and his eyes got bigger.
Okay.
Like they kind of went open and kind of like shut a little bit.
Yeah.
But you and Fingers were kind of like with each other,
Yeah.
kind of wrapped up, and so you imagine that he's like, I'll get the story later.
Yeah.
Because he also like this is pretty evident, and also he just woke up from being knocked out.
Yeah.
He's not looking so hot, so he's kind of like, I'm really not sort of in control of the situation.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
just like, what the heck is
So I
going
think
on?
Yezi's like standing off to the distance, trying to be as quiet as possible.
Yeah. Well, let's wait for Thalen to get back upstairs because he's also got some pieces to this puzzle.
He has a lot. He was. No, that's not true. I was going to say he was one of the first people that I met, but I guess it is kind of true if you consider that the first people to meet is like, I guess, Fingers, you were the first person because you tried to rob us, and then the cop was the next person, and then the people at the dented euphonium.
Roll a perception check is Tavamil
Okay.
and Iffy.
9 as Tavamil.
Roll with advantage for Tavamil, actually.
10.
Okay.
Iffy is a 6.
Okay. As you're kind of giving Lucian this information, you can tell he's like his like eyes kind of squint a little bit, and he like shakes his head a little bit.
And then Lady Gwynth, and then Thalen. So I guess he really wasn't the first person that I met.
All right. Again, any chance we could start at the beginning?
All right. Maybe I should go first.
At that moment, Thalen walks into the room. He's like, "Okay, I have a plate. It's like eggs and tomatoes and rice and beans. It's like a girl dinner part 2, girl breakfast.
But no beans, because Ifferson doesn't like beans.
That's what Ifferson doesn't have any beans.
Yeah.
Everybody else has beans. And Thalen walks in with a bowl for Lucian, and he's gonna kind of like roll a perception check. Who would care? Tavamil. Roll a perception check as Tavamil. I'm not gonna make you roll perception every single time.
15.
When when Thalen goes to approach Lucian, Tavamil can tell that he's a little bit cowed. He's a little bit like, about it. And he's gonna kind of like walk up to him, and Fingers is just like, yeah, so the beginning. So, well,
should I start?
We had some pasta together.
We did. So, I mean,
and so before that, like you're having that conversation in the background, and Thalen is just like, and he's gonna kind of like hold this bowl out to Lucian.
I think Yezi is gonna hear Fingers and Tavamil talking over each other and be like, okay, I'm going to say something right now. It seems as though a lot of the story starts with Tavamil and why she even came into town. Perhaps we should get her end of the story, and then when you guys intersect, you say your story, and...
Well, actually,
Yes.
I think I'd like to start. Lucian's gonna kind of like turn to look at you. Since you started talking, he's kind of like, okay, you want to do this now, let's do this now, type of like glance at you.
She's like, I wish I didn't say anything.
He's gonna kind of like, he had like one hand on his ribs, kind of he's like sitting up. He's gonna put his hand down and kind of like scoot himself kind of like facing you. Thalen is holding a bowl outstretched of breakfast, which Lucian has not indicated that he's in any way interested in.
Tavamil's gonna reach over and grab it from him and go, thank you, and then like set it down somewhere near him.
You're welcome. And he's gonna kind of like zoop on out of there. What on earth are you doing here?
Yeah. Look, I am helping. I know that we met in really bad circumstances.
Fingers.
I thought that I had to do that, and I don't really know what's going to happen now that I do not have to do that. But I meant it when I said I did not want to kill you. And I was trying not to.
As a comfort.
Well,
my right shoulder doesn't believe you.
did I do any of that? Did you hear me talking to them at all? Did you hear me trying to give you chances to leave there unscathed? You wouldn't take it.
What was I going to do? Huh?
I understand.
Do you understand?
I do.
He's going to like turn more towards you. Where is she? You were there when she was taken. You don't know where she went to.
I do now. she's at the, I know where she is. She's at the tower that I was at. Yes, the waypoint. The actual waypoint. I don't know anything about why they wanted her. I don't know why you're... She, like, looks at both of them. She's like, I don't know, really, if it was her farm, your farm, both farm was targeted, except I can kind of guess why, considering what was being grown. But I am not an assassin anymore. As of recently, very recently, but...
It would have been excellent if you'd made that decision a few hours earlier.
Did I kill you? Did I hurt you in any way?
Fingers, I thought you said that this girl was there to kill me. Now she's part of the gang or something. Like, a lot happened, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Alright, well, suppose there's nothing I can do about it. You just stay over there.
I plan to. Lucian, she really helped.
What? How do you know her? I mean, I suppose you all met up at some point or something. You're all here, but...
Well, we were in the tunnels. There's, like, tunnels underground, and we were going here, and I was coming here with a different assassin named Hale, and he really wanted to kill me.
Why on earth were you banging around with a bloody assassin?
I
thought you said that Pointy is over there did something to him.
Yeah, so, well, when I got back into town, from the tower, I, was trying to find Fingers and, Thalen, and I thought that maybe Thalen would be at the ball, and when I was going there, I tripped over somebody, and it was that guy. He said his name was Hale, and he was an assassin, and I thought that I stopped to talk to him because he looked a little bit like you, and he felt really...
Me?
He felt really cold like you, and he was another winter Eladrin. And...
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Surprising.
And, well, he, tried to kill me, and, Thalen, right on time, the guy had a knife to my throat, and I was really scared, and I tried to use my poison potion on him, and it didn't do anything. I don't know if I made it wrong, or if maybe he's just really strong. I'm not really sure, but Thalen, you, like, broke his leg or something. I'm not really sure what you did.
Yeah, well, we don't have to talk about...
Well, and then Hale said that he knew Yezi, and Thalen knew Yezi before I did, and then that he knew Fingers, and that he said that he might be able to help us find them.
Yeah, we all met up at the ball. Because we were trying to keep you away from her, and then we were all looking. That was my, remember? Yeah, I remember, mate. I'm just surprised she's here now. I thought the whole idea was to keep her away. It was, but then you got... Where'd you go? I don't know.
I know.
She knows, ask her.
I mean, you really don't know.
All right, well, I'll tell you what I know. It's probably the least complicated part of it. He's going to look up at Thalen, and he's going to say, well, put a pin in that bit. Thalen's like, okay. This is what happened. We went... I'll start from the beginning. I was at your house to have a meal.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to your mother. all of a sudden, that one, obviously shooting a glance at Yezi.
Yeah.
That one showed up. Said she didn't want to kill me, but there were loads of high elf rogues outside who wouldn't be so nice. That what I had to do was hand over your mother, and I could escape with my life.
Did you not believe her?
Of course I didn't.
I think it's the most normal thing in the world to not want to kill someone.
She's an assassin, Tav. Was she hired there to do?
She said that she didn't want to. And she didn't, right? And she didn't let Hale kill me. She didn't let Hale kill Thalen either. She said a lot of stuff to him to make him go away.
Listen, people can have a change of heart. All I'm saying is, if I had believed in she killed us both, you'd be singing a different song. Am I wrong?
No.
Anyway. I try to fight them off, but, you know, there's quite a few. And, they took her and burned the place to the ground and left me for dead.
So is it really all gone?
It's all gone.
Is Barley gone?
I don't know. I've got to say, I was a bit preoccupied, Tav.
Yeah.
He's gonna, like, put a hand on your hand and puts it on there, kind of touches it, like, gives it a pat, and then quickly moves it back. And then I walked to town, trying to find you.
How did you know that I was in town? Did you see my letter?
Yeah, I saw your letter.
I'm rolling insight.
Yeah, you can roll an insight. Which letter are you referring to? Because you left a note, and then also Lady Gwynth...
I think the note.
The note is what you're referring to? Okay.
6... Oh, wait, insight? 14.
He's looking at... You have no reason to doubt the fact that he looked at your letter, but he's giving you a look that you know that you've seen before. When you have done something that he has asked you not to do, and you did it anyway.
Did you not think I was going to listen to you?
I knew you weren't going to listen to me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. I walked into town. I was looking for you, and I had heard a couple of blokes all dressed in black have a bit of a conversation about a tavern meal. So it caught my ear.
Who were those?
Fingers is going to be like,
That was us.
I don't know. It was us.
What?
I don't know.
She knows that we were looking for
It was
her.
us. Yeah, it was us. Well, because, anyway. So, followed them. Found out where they went. They were breaking into a liquor store. He's going to shoot Thalen like a glance. Breaking into a liquor store. I didn't know why, of course. So, waited outside. Only one of them went in. Only Ethiod went in. Fingers stayed outside.
Yep.
So I drugged him, didn't I? Yeah, you did.
You drugged him.
He's gonna, like, rub the blow dart hole, like, cut in his shoulder.
That happened to me today.
Did it? Oh, well.
I didn't know that was a thing that you could do to people.
Yeah, well. I'm not shocked that happened to you. If it's high elves we're dealing with.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Anyway. Oh, knocked him out. Waited for Ethiel to get outside so I could talk to him together. Figured if I... Anyway.
Look, I didn't really know anything. Like, I was being serious. I didn't really know anything.
How was I supposed to know that?
Well, I just mean retroactively now. So you don't have to think that I was hiding anything. I had nothing to hide.
Look,
I really got dragged into something I did not know anything about.
You really did. You really... look, anyway. Well, I'm sorry about that. Anyway.
No.
No?
No, don't do that.
Don't do what?
Apologize.
Why not?
I don't know.
Well, I'm sorry.
No,
I really
stop
am.
that.
Why is that?
Can we go back to the story? Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, Fingers is giving me like the weirdest, like, what the heck? So, talked to him, kind of gave him a bit of the situation because I didn't know what else to do. It's the only, I guess, lead I had. And then suddenly we had a third show up, I suppose a fourth. And
who was that?
He's gonna like raise an eyebrow. Thalen.
Oh. Was it your liquor store?
Yes, it was,
Oh.
as it goes. Well, I had sort of overheard their conversation a bit, and figured I could perhaps be of service, considering the fact that I had the barest bit of information to help out with.
But Dad was talking about how the fact that they have locks on the door because of people that are not so, I don't know, I guess good walking
Yeah,
around.
I mean, we don't hit them often, but especially now, yeah, it's a big hassle. But yes, appreciated Fingers. Well, you know, it is what
Have
it
you
is.
been robbed before?
Of course we have. Everybody in Waypoint Town has been robbed before.
Really?
What? Yes. That's
I've never
interesting.
been robbed. Although I did just have my house burned down, so I guess...
I would say that that's worse, actually, even...
I think so.
Anyway.
Although I've never been robbed, so I don't know.
So, we all took a trip to the ball.
I was supposed to go to the ball.
Were you?
Hmm.
That's funny.
I got all dressed up for it and everything.
What on earth is going on? We figured you'd be there. I mean, Phelan said that that's where he thought you would be.
That's where I thought I would be too, so that was really smart of you, Thalen.
Thank you.
I was going to be there anyways too,
Yeah.
and then you found me instead.
It's real helpful. You can roll insight on that if you want to, as time up.
Nat 20, baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lucian would very much like you to stop talking about Thalen and how helpful he's been.
You can go on.
Thank you. So, we got to the ball, and Fingers made a comment about hearing about someone who was there that might be there to kill me.
Seemed like a lot of people were there that wanted to kill you.
Yeah, well, it sure did, but there was specifically someone he knew. Tough. It was Yezi.
Oh.
And so we had to hide from her
Right.
because I was a little bit... He was messed up. I was just say it what it is. He was, you know... Alright, anyway, so the point is...
I mean, you're messed up right now.
I've remained messed up this whole time. Anyway, so we went and I sat in the garden to wait for you if they found you. I mean, that's what we came there for. Hopefully we'd find you. If not, they were going to come back and we were going to regroup and figure something else out, you know, if we found clues or something. So I went and sat in the garden and then I woke up in...
A warehouse.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. I was sleeping there. I gotta say, I don't know. You were lucky or something because those wet white people chose that warehouse out of all the abandoned buildings in that area.
Yeah, I felt real lucky.
Well, you're here now, ain't you? You found that girl, didn't you? You are a bit lucky that I was there.
I did not find her.
Well, she found you. Found you alive, too. Ain't that something? Yeah, I would rather prefer that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I suppose I was lucky you were there. Really, though, thank you for that.
Oh, ain't no need. We're brothers in this.
Are we brothers in this?
You medic, right?
All right. Anyway, so, I woke up, there a bit, I think, and then I woke up here. That's all I know.
You're really out of it.
Apologize.
You ain't gotta apologize. Look, if I was that messed up, I would have made the choice to just be out of it too, so.
I don't know, that was a choice I made.
I don't know. Anyways. Well. Do you want to know my story?
Yes, I'd like that very much.
All right. Do you want from the beginning, when I got the letter, or just when I left the house?
When you left the house, I mean, I know.
Well, the pigeon that I told you about earlier in the day.
That's right, yeah.
Was outside, and it was following me around, and I...
Oh, the one from the...
Yes,
yeah, okay, yeah. It's all coming together.
What?
No, she'll get there. We'll get there, and then
there was a pigeon that it was really, really big.
Pigeon.
A pigeon? Is that weird?
No, I was surprised. A really big pigeon being so noteworthy in the story.
It was It was bigger than human-sized. It was a really big pigeon. I don't know why. I don't know why. But it brought me a letter that wanted me to go to Tembra Talenti's place in 3 days, now in 2 days. And, well, I was walking down the street and it was following me and I was talking to it and I asked it what it thought that maybe Tembra Talenti were like. And I looked at it and it said... I would like a stiff drink, or I could use a stiff drink, or something like that, and I didn't know what that meant. And
the pigeon said that? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm just a bit surprised.
It talked. The pigeon talked.
Right.
It said a lot of stuff in a lot of different voices, and it knows how to say, I love you in my voice, and you're not a monster in my voice too.
What kind of conversations were you having with this pigeon, Tavamil?
I was trying to let it know that it was loved and beautiful and that it's not a monster.
Well.
That's,
Well.
Wow.
Well.
Anyways.
That's how nice that, yeah.
I was walking down the street and the pigeon told me that. And I said, maybe Scented will know what a stiff drink means. And then the pigeon said that back to me. And I thought that was a really good idea. So we went to Scented's store because we were already going there. And... he said that it meant alcohol. And he said that Tembra Talenti would want something a lot better than anything that he had. And that he was going into town that day.
Bloody Senfit.
Well, he told... I know that this isn't true anymore. So please, I'm sorry. I thought it was. But he told me that if I made a promise that overrid another promise, that the other promise wasn't intact anymore. And I accidentally made a promise that I wasn't going to listen to you.
You weren't going to anyway.
I planned to. I'm really sorry.
It's fine.
But I went into town with him, and on the way there, Fingers tried to rob us. And then he didn't.
Hey, listen, but
it's all right.
Steve's got a
It's all right because you didn't. And you gave me pasta.
I kind of did, technically.
Well, we gave the horse to you.
I don't feel like I wouldn't have gotten it without the whole setup and stuff, you know?
I guess not. You gave me my button back, which I've lost.
Oh, did you?
They took everything from me.
Oh, well.
It was on the dress that I was wearing.
Maybe we could get it back, too.
Well, I think that's the least important part.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Coming from you, that's a lot.
Well, I think my mum's a bit more important.
Well, of course. Anyway.
I got the one that matters. And she, like, as she says, I got the one that matters, she, like, looks down at his wrist. She's like, that one does matter.
He's gonna cover his whole body in a paper bag. He's gonna, like, shove it up under his sleeve and be like, anyway,
Well, so then I went into town with Fingers, and I asked him to show me around, and he was going to, and then suddenly he was gone, and so then I had to ask somebody who said that they were a bottle stopper. I'm not really sure what that is. I think that he was a cop, but I'm not really sure.
yeah, that's what they, yeah.
Why do they call them bottle stoppers?
You know, it's, yeah, for fun.
All right.
Some jaunty lads, you know, it's a jaunty lad thing. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Just happy, I don't know, type of milk people.
All right.
They call us tea leaves. I think that's
He
jaunty.
did say that.
Yeah.
That's a fun word.
I think
Tea
so,
is
too.
nice, and you're nice.
Well.
And so I asked him to show me around town, and he said that that's not part of his job. But he did tell me where there was a bar and a liquor store and some dress shops. And so I went to the Dentigiphonium. I think Yezi clears her throat. And I met 2 orcs who were really nice. And one of them wants to open a gym. And I had a really nice conversation with them. But then when I told them why I needed alcohol, they didn't want to give it to me anymore. I'm not really sure why. So they told me that I needed to leave, so I did. And then I went to a dress shop, and that's where I met Lady Gwynth. And she really wanted me to go to the ball with her because I was, what she said, on theme. I guess that the ball was spring themed or something. I didn't really know what that meant. But so she wanted me to go there, and she said that she could give me a dress. And then I told her what I was doing, and she said that she would take me to the liquor store because it had a rule. You couldn't become a new customer. You had to be a previous customer, and then they had to take you there. I don't really know how you sell anything if you start out doing that.
Listen, we didn't start out doing it.
Oh.
You build up a clientele. It doesn't matter. Please continue.
Well, so she took me, and then that's where I met Thalen, and then...
He, like, gives, like, a 2-finger salute.
And, well, Lady Gwynth had me pay in water clary, and...
How on earth did she find out that you had that?
Well, I showed it to her. Well, I didn't know that it was such a big deal.
You did know. How many times have I told you not to?
Well,
There were guards in the farm to prevent anybody from getting in.
I guess so.
Look, I know it's not so much of a problem where we are. I mean, people around, they've got a bit of a talking to. So, they know the situation.
We've got a bit of a talking to.
Yeah, well, you know, they got informed of the situation is what I'm trying to say. The guards went round and let them know. It was all sort of hush-hush. I told you, you'd never been in a situation where you needed to leave town to tell anybody anything. I told you not to talk about it.
Well, I thought that it was really obvious because there's not like any walls around my farm or anything like that. And if you walk down the street, you see it.
Who's walking down the street from Waypoint Town?
Why?
Nobody.
I thought that you said that you weren't angry.
I'm not angry.
All right.
Just a bit surprised is all. Besides, in order to know what it is, you gotta know what it is.
I guess so.
You can't. If somebody doesn't know what it looks like, they're not gonna know what they're looking at. Unless you tell them.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry, I'm just... Please continue.
Well, she paid in water clay, and I got...
And you had some with you.
Well, I didn't bring it. The pigeon had it for some reason, and Fingers found it on the pigeon.
Hey.
I don't know why the pigeon had it, and I wasn't going to bring any.
Well. She paid in water clary.
And then Thalen wrapped up the bottle for me, and he asked me out on a date, and then, Lady Gwynth took me back to her place. We had these things that she calls munchies, which was just really small amounts of food.
Thalen, like, chuckles.
And she had me drink this thing that really didn't taste good, but then it made me feel really fun. And she said that there was going to be more of it at the ball, and
there is more of it. That's for sure.
yeah,
That was great. Anyway, yep, sorry.
and well, I found a rat, and I named him Stick, and also all of her maids were really nice. One of them was missing a button, and I found it in my pocket. I don't know why I had it. I didn't take it from her. I know that sometimes I take buttons off of people's clothes, but I didn't this time. I didn't.
I believe you.
And I gave it back to her, and I gave them all hugs. And
She says she takes buttons off people's clothes. Anyway, yeah.
no, you didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that, apparently.
We didn't hear that.
I guess not. That's fine with me.
And, well, then I was supposed to stay in a room all by myself after getting ready, and I was wearing so many clothes. I don't know why dresses have to have so many layers and so much jewellery and like a headpiece, and
You are going to a ball, you know. You've got to look.
I don't know what going to a ball is like.
I suppose you don't. Anyway, yes.
And then there was a knight that wasn't supposed to talk to me, and I'm not supposed to say this, and nobody can say anything, but they did. And they said that they were supposed to go to the ball and that I just needed to listen to them, and then they could go with me. And I melted the doorknob so that I could leave because I was locked in this room and I didn't understand why. And then, why do you look so concerned?
No reason.
All right. Well, and so then they really wanted me to stay so that they could go to the ball with me. And so then I stayed in that room.
They wanted to go to the ball with you.
Well, if I went to the ball, then they thought that they were going to go to the ball. They really wanted to go to the ball.
A knight wanted to go to the ball with you?
Well, they weren't really a knight. And I found out later that they weren't a knight. They were just two dwarves in a suit of armour, and they were pretending...
How? What? How? Really? Like sneaking into like an R-rated movie? Like that type of thing?
I guess so.
What kind of idiot would think of something like that anyway?
I guess so. But you guys can't say anything.
Who would we say anything to?
I don't know.
Okay, well...
They were really worried about starting a war.
What on earth are you talking about?
I can see why they would... You're talking about the knights that are like sworn to secrecy, right? Yes, they said that they weren't allowed to talk, and so I couldn't say that I heard them talk, because otherwise they would like die or something like that. But also they would find out that they weren't an elf in the Knight of Armor.
What were they doing, snaking into a Wefway noblewoman's house?
I'm really not sure. I guess that something about dwarven honor.
Well, good on them. Anyway.
Well, and then when I was in that room, I feel like, I don't know if it was the drink or not, but I had this really weird dream while I was awake. I'm really not sure, but it was like there was a big earthquake, and it was caused by like a fish in the lake that was in the garden, and it jumped out of the water, and then there was a whole ripple effect in the garden, and it was really scary. But then they went to come and get me, and it was all back to normal again.
Roll insight as Tavamil.
Okay. 2.
You see, like, Lucian's eyes get real big for a second, and you think maybe he's, like, not feeling so hot.
Lucian, didn't you say something about
No, I didn't.
Okay. Say something about what?
Nothing. Keep talking.
All right. And then we went to the ball, and I fell asleep in the carriage. And when I woke up, I was in a tower. Well, I didn't know I was in a tower at that time. I was just in a room, and I wasn't in my dress anymore, and I didn't have anything on me that I had before, and I was in a bed. And then somebody named Fenthius came and talked to me, and he told me that my mum was dead, and that the farm was burned down, and that you were also dead, but also that you were the one that burned the farm down. And he asked me...
He told you what?
That you were the one that burned the farm down.
I swear to you, when I get my bloody hands on those pointy-eared bastards.
Well, I told him I didn't believe him. And he was trying to ask me questions about why you might do that or something.
He's gonna, like, hit the nearest anything. Like, he's just gonna, like, there's, like, a bedside table. He just, like, slams his hand down on it.
Lucian, you don't need to hurt yourself anymore. He asked me about that, and I told him that I didn't believe him because you would never do anything like that. And I knew that you wouldn't. And there was never a doubt. But I didn't know that you weren't dead. And he gave me that... And she looks at his arm.
Mm-hmm.
It had a bunch of soot on it and all that. And I was really scared that it was true. But I knew that if I didn't believe it, then it wouldn't be. And
he's like looking, he was like really pissed off, like full. And then when you say that, his face completely changes, and he's like looking at you like you know all the secrets to the universe.
And, well, he left after promising me that he would let me walk around for a little bit. And then the knight came back. There was a couple of soldiers who came and stuff like that, but the knight came back, and the knight told me that they saw my mum, or who they thought was my mum, because she was a spring elegant that looked a lot like me, and she was in a room, and they weren't sure if she was alive, and then they went to go check, and they think that she was.
What made them think that she was?
I don't know.
Right.
But
what did they tell you anything about?
Not really. But I wasn't sure if I should leave, because I didn't know if my mum was going to be alright if I did leave, but they told me what would I be able to do there, and they said that I probably wouldn't be able to do anything for her if I stayed there, and I knew that they were right. It was just... I felt really bad about leaving Mum.
What do you mean you wouldn't be able to do anything for if you stayed there?
Well,
What did you need to do for her?
I don't know. Get her out.
It's not your...
What do you mean? It's my mum.
I know, but...
And she's my mum. And I need to be able to help her. And I can't help but feel a little bit responsible for everything that's going on.
It's not your fault. It really isn't, Tavermeal.
Sure. But, so we decided that we were going to try to get out, and they were going to come with me. That was the plan, because I told them about the potion that I made when I fell off the roof and I hurt my ankle, and I figured that, I never used it before, but I figured that if it worked, we could jump out a window together and all drink the potion and then all be fine. And so we were trying to find a place where I would be able to jump out the window with them, and we found a place, but then a person came in and they pushed me out the window, and then I drank the potion and I was fine. And then I stole a horse.
Tavermeal.
What?
Nothing. Continue.
I stole a horse from a stable guy. I used the friends potion that I made on him so that he would go away. And I stole the horse, and then I ran, the horse ran through the forest with me on it, and then I went past the guard. I would recognize him if I saw him. He was just a guard in the forest, and he wanted to know. I was wearing a soldier's uniform, so I think that maybe I was a bit noteworthy, and I was wearing that because I didn't want to wear the slip dress that I was in, and I asked the soldier to give me some clothes, and then he gave me some clothes, and then I guess all he had was soldier clothes.
Say that tracks. Makes sense.
And so I was riding through the forest, and a guard tried to stop me, and he was trying to get onto my horse. And so then I used my Thunder Wave potion and knocked him off his horse and knocked the horse off on the ground. And
roll insight
Okay.
into the face that Lucian is making.
5.
Before, while you were talking, he looked kind of in pain, concerned.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't look concerned anymore. He looks like he's kind of, the way that his face looks, because that's
Yeah.
something you can definitely see if you can't parse it. He's kind of half smiling at you.
What?
You used a Thunderwave potion
I did.
on a Wefway soldier who was chasing you, trying to get on your horse.
I did.
Good girl.
Really?
Keep talking.
Well, and then I got to the gate. Well, I didn't really get to the gate. I got to the edge of the forest, and I heard some people doing weird stuff in the forest.
Yeah. That's the thing that will happen now, after balls.
Oh yeah, that happened in the garden, right? Why do people just do that outside?
Outside, I don't know what it is about outside that makes, but you would think bugs, I don't know.
Bugs are nice.
Anyway, please keep talking. Everyone starts laughing except for Lucian, who is trying not to laugh.
All right. Well, I talked to some girls, and I tried to ask them to switch outfits with me, and one of them was going to, and then I said your name, and then they really didn't want to have anything to do with me, and I didn't really understand why. And then a guard came up to me after they left, and he was asking me a bunch of questions, and he was trying to get me to go with him, and then I asked him, do I have to go with you? And he said, I guess not. He looked, I don't know, confused that I asked him that. And then I said I didn't want to go with him, and then I didn't have to. So he let me into town. And then that's where I found Hale.
Sounds like a reasonable gentleman.
He was rather nice, although he did get a bit irritated with me. And then a carriage started coming through town, and I recognised it from the waypoint, so I used my Misty Step potion to get away from it, and then I ran through town for a while, and then I took a jacket from somebody so I wasn't just wearing a soldier uniform, and then I met Hale, and then Hale had us coming through the tunnels after Thalen reasoned with him the first time, and then he tried to kill me again, and then Thalen knocked his arm out of the way, and then Hale stabbed Thalen, but then Yezi came and she took Hale away.
Oh, my eyes are spinning. Okay, so let me get this straight. He's gonna like look at you, and then he's gonna like shift his gaze over to Thalen, and Thalen's gonna be like, hello. Something Tavamil said earlier to me sort of caught my attention. What would that be? She said something about you using water clary to find her. Yeah, well, I suppose that did happen. Lucian's gonna like look to like down in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely cannot believe it. Look, everyone else genuinely had gone off to look for clues, and I was alone, and I happened to have it with me. I mean, what was I supposed to do? It's just like a bleeding high off to think he knows what's best.
Lucian.
It's not that I thought that I knew what was best. I just... He's like kind of like sputtering and stuff like that. Lucian's gonna like put his hand like on his forehead and be like, nobody listens to a bloody thing I say.
Lucian.
It's not... I
He
did listen.
Me. He found me because of it. If you didn't find me, I probably would be dead.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, it's not that I did listen. I listened fully to what you were saying. I just... I accepted that there would be a risk, and it was my decision to use it anyway. Then you're bloody daft, Phelan.
How do people use it without getting hurt? I grow a lot of it, and I can't imagine that it's all going to waste.
You say this, and you can see that there's like electricity. Roll a perception check, actually.
Okay. 16.
You can see that there's like electricity between them two, like a little like in between their like glare, like they're like looking at each other. Yeah. I mean, if it's like a Weftway thing, right? Then people have to use it without getting hurt. No, I mean, right? I don't know. I've never used it before.
Well, but do you know anything about it, like, at all? Like, you knew how to use it, right?
Yes, I know how to use it.
Okay, so you know stuff about it. How do people use it a lot without getting hurt?
I don't know. I've never been around it. I'm not an
then
expert.
How do you know how to use it?
Because everyone knows how. It's part of just knowledge that I have. I know lots of things. I know things about butterflies. I know things about flowers.
I know things about that too.
Thank you. If I knew how I knew everything that I know,
Why are you getting so defensive?
Because you're asking me all of these questions. I mean, listen, all I wanted to do was help out.
You did. And I really appreciate it.
I'm glad that you appreciate it. He's like looking at Lucian when he says that.
Yeah.
Lucian's like looking back at him, and he's gonna say, "What you want me to do, Phelan, huh? Get on my knees or something?" I'm not looking for anything. I just wanted to help. I didn't do it because I thought you would appreciate it. I did it because I don't know. I just don't think it's fair. What do you not think is fair? I don't think it's fair that you should be so angry. I'm not angry at you.
Please don't yell. I don't think that it matters. Because it happened, he used it, and if you're really upset about it, being upset about it isn't going to stop it from having had happened. You let him... It's like when... Remember you told me that sometimes you go to a patient's house and you'll tell them what they need to do to make themselves feel better, and then you have to go back because they didn't do any of the things and they got worse.
Is that really what it's like?
Can you be quiet? I'm sorry, that was rude. I'm not talking to you right now. You let Thayla know what might happen, and that's all that you could do. You did your part, and you can't be upset when people make choices that you don't think are good.
He's gonna like put his like face in his hand. Roll an insight on Thalen.
9.
Thalen looks like completely dejected. Like he's just like looking at the floor, like, and Lucian's got like his hand on his face. I'm sorry you didn't listen to me, Phelan. He's gonna look up at him. He's gonna say, "It's Thalen." And Lucian is going to slam his hand down on the thing. And you say, "If you say one more bloody thing to me, I'm coming over there." What are you going to do, bleed on me?
Can you stop? Both of you. This is not helping at all. Do you want one less person to be able to help us? She's going to look at Lucian. You may not like him, but he's my friend. I would like it if you were nice to my friends.
I don't not like him.
What is it?
I'm worried about him. Thalen's eyes are gonna like open. Wait, you don't need to be.
You slept all right? Right? Well, you had that nightmare.
Lucian's gonna like shake his head.
Is that part of it?
A calculated risk, I suppose. Roll a insight on Lucian.
4.
Everyone else has kind of been eating as they've been talking.
Yeah, I think Yezi is kind of just like leaning up against the wall, being like, I am not gonna interject. And Everson's just been sitting on the ground, like watching this, be like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of like someone giving their kind of side of the of things. So
I think Ethiad's kind of looking away. Like he's like, this isn't my business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that it's kind of like somewhat the vibe is that we need to hash some stuff out clearly. So let's do it now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's kind of been. You said you rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Right. You can roll with advantage because Lucian is. You're looking at him. You know him pretty well.
11.
Everyone has been kind of like eating as this is going on. The people who are not talking have been enjoying this food, and Lucian has not touched any of what was put in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's looking at Thalen with kind of like, you've seen him be worried before, and you could see that. You could kind of see that on his face, just in general. I mean, given the situation, but any kind of time before he was directing his attention to Thalen, there was sort of an edge to it, and you can kind of see now that that edge is kind of not there anymore.
Uh-huh.
Like after his outburst.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. And it's like the aftermath of that.
Yeah.
Then what happened? You said that's when you met up with us, right?
Right.
Right. So it's all good.
It is.
I mean, I know we don't as much as you do.
Y'all want to know where I picked him up from?
Even I would like to know where you picked me up from.
All right. Well.
She like stretches.
Yeah. I was sleeping in a warehouse all nice and peaceful, and then I hear two folks. Well, I didn't know that there was two folks out first, but I hear a bunch of folks come on in and say something about checking the building, and I see two Wethway people dragging in a unconscious fella, which you turned out to be. And shoot, man, if I tell you they don't want to have a conversation at all, that went straight south if I'm telling you the truth. I told them, I made myself clear, like, I made them aware of my presence because I ain't good at hiding or anything like that. And I can't really hear all that well, so if I was trying to hide and then make sure that they weren't trying to find me, I was going to do a really bad job about that. So I just went forward and I said, hey, boys, I'm right here. Can we, like, talk? And then they started shooting at me, and I tried my best to fight them off, but maybe I'm rusty. I ain't had to do that in a long time, so...
That's what that was. All those noises?
Right, yeah, I was really giving them what for. I thought I was going to kill one of them, but I guess one of them suckers really got, some kind of gusto in him or something. Like, shoot. I mean, hey, it was 2 against 1, what am I going to do? Anyways, my body wanted to die, but I said, ain't no way I'm doing that, so...
Your body wanted to die?
Yeah, my body wanted to die real bad, but I ain't letting it because I choose not to die, so,
Is that how it works?
Yeah, you gotta choose not to die. I mean, some people too tired to choose that, so. But you gotta have the fight left in you, and you got a choice in everything in this world. Even if it doesn't seem like it, you do. Yes, he's gonna go.
Do you have a choice?
Yeah, in everything. You can create your own choices if you're creative enough. Use your brain a little bit.
I'm not creative that good.
Don't make sense is all that great either. I'm just kidding you. Anyways.
That was pretty funny. He's gonna look sadly down to the side.
Anyways.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
It was just any warehouse, like not descript. There was no sort of...
It was just in the abandoned part of town.
Did they say anything about...
They said some stuff about a Farith showing up. I don't really know who that is, but they said that if they wait long enough, they keep this up long enough, that a Farith was gonna be there.
Yes,
Yes.
just curious. Do any of those names ring a bell to you? I mean,
Well, Farith was the person who told Austin about dealing with Lucian. Frenthius is the one that
That's right.
I deal with most of the time.
oh yeah,
That's one time. I actually have never dealt with him before.
yeah. One of them sounded kind of familiar to me.
Yeah.
What's their deal? What's going on with them? Is some
I don't know. Can Yezi roll history to see how much she knows about it?
for shizzle.
8.
Yezi knows that Frenthius is a major.
Okay.
Farith, whether or not it was mentioned that he was a major, I don't recall, but he was clearly Austin's superior. So there's that.
I know that Frenthius is a major. He was the one that gave me orders to go to Tavermir's farm.
Was he?
Yes.
Frenthius, huh? Name doesn't ring a bell.
Well, that's the guy that talked to me in the room. He was really nice to me. I don't know why. I didn't get hurt at all.
That's so strange.
They were given orders to not hurt the mom, right?
Yeah.
Lizzie?
Mm-hmm.
We were given orders to not hurt your mother, too. That was important.
Did they say why? They didn't say why.
I'm not told anything.
I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just asking.
I know, and I'm telling you. I just get a contract. And I have to do it. I don't have to know any extra information.
So strange.
Well, anyways, they said that Farith guy was going to show up, and then I think he did. I'm not so sure about it, but they didn't want you dead either. They were real scared that I was going to do something to you.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know how bad off you were, so I uncut your ropes around the hands, and they seemed real scared that I was coming at you with a knife, and then they started to protect you. And so I made a threat that I was going to kill you if they didn't leave me alone, which I wasn't actually going to do any of that, but, I got to say some stuff, scare them away. Anyways, they thought I was dead, and then I used that to my advantage to go and get you out of there, and I'm a real good runner. So I picked you up, and I ran all the way out that warehouse, all the way.
Listen, I remember that.
Yeah, you were hollering a lot. Sorry, I know that hurt, but I knew that you got some broken stuff, and I made sure to be real delicate with that parts.
It was so fun.
Anyways, you were talking about how you were...
Huh? Nothing. Keep talking.
Well, I was real glad that I saved you, because you were talking about how you were a medic in the war, and so was I.
What? I don't remember that at all.
Well, you were saying a lot of stuff, but I was asking you about like whether or not you were actually one of the criminals, because I was seeing a bunch of posters around, and I was real concerned that I was saving somebody that was just going to kill me, but, then you said you were a medic in the war, and I knew I had to do something about that, so.
Right, yep. He's gonna, shake his head at you. I don't know what else I said, but that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright. Well, and then all of a sudden you appeared before everybody.
They came out of the ground, believe it or not.
Yeah, we came out of the ground.
Yeah, the tunnels.
Yeah, the tunnels. Yeah, there's one side of the city for the Assassins of the Thieves Guild. And so me and Yezi knew about him. And so did the guy, I guess, that was with Tavermill and Thalen. And we all met up. We met up down there.
It was really cool. I mean, I didn't like what was happening, but I thought that it was really cool that we all found each other, because it was like we were meant to.
Yes, well, yes. we all got there, as it were. Yeah, I mean, we figured that after our time, we were gonna go to my mom's house because she's like we're safe here. This is an orphanage. Um, I don't know if Tavmil mentioned that.
I
at all.
didn't.
But
But I did say that we were in a nice place.
yeah, so nothing else is gonna happen. Really, it's not. I mean, listen, there's a lot of people who don't want to go get found come here, and
That's part of the reason why I came here. Meredith told me if I ever don't want to be found, I got a place to be.
yeah. So it's really true. I mean, I don't know anybody who'd mess with who do you know.
I just remembered something. You said that you were in a warehouse, right?
Yeah, honey, I was in. Were you listening?
Yeah, I was. I remembered something that Hale told me. Phelan, do you remember how he was saying that there was a person that had a contract and it was for a a girl that was in the warehouse, and then he saw some people show up, and then that's all that he heard from him.
Oh yes, that's right. He said the assassin was not heard from again.
The what now?
Some sort of contract on a girl who was asleep in a warehouse. A tall girl.
Well, I happen to be tall.
Well,
Yeah, I think that maybe it was about you. How many tall girls sleep in warehouses?
Well, I hope a couple do.
as do I. Perhaps it's good that you came here as well.
An assassin. You know what? I am a wanted criminal in a lot of towns, so that might be
That's a bit hypocritical, isn't it?
hypocritical.
You got a problem with me maybe being a wanted criminal.
I ain't ever look. Let me paint a picture for you. I'm running with a bloody guy on my shoulder. My heart's about to explode because I just got stabbed and sliced and so many other things. And then I'm whipping past these posters, not really reading so many of them. And then I see arson and I see murder. I'm a wanted criminal for like thievery. I'm a wanted criminal for like breaking a bunch of bottles in a liquor store. You know what I mean? I ain't never killed no. I ain't never. Anyways, so you know. I was just a little concerned for my safety, but I was still gonna, you know.
When you say that, Lucian like raises an eyebrow at you.
So, you know, I was just a little concerned for my safety, but I figured there ain't nothing that you could do to me right now, so I'm a bit more put together than you are. So I figured I might as well save you. I was gonna make the choice to take that risk. Might as well save you. Cause also, you know how funny it would be if you tried to save me, because you tried to give me a raised dead potion, which, by the way, holy hell, where'd you get your hands on that?
I made it.
Really?
Of course, where else would I get it?
Well, I don't know. You can buy that stuff. Anyways, you were trying to give me that. Well, I wasn't dead, so, and I gave you a potion instead.
I don't recall that.
Really? Well, I thought it would be mighty funny if I made the choice to save you, and then you just end up killing me. I couldn't even be mad at you about that. You know, I save you, and then you kill me. You know, that would have just been fate, honestly.
I feel like you could have been mad at that.
Nah.
Agree to disagree.
Well, that's your choice, honey.
Well, talking about getting slashed and stabbed.
Right.
He's gonna like move his eyes over to Fingers. He's gonna raise an eyebrow. So you wanna kind of take the reins on this?
Sure. Is that alright?
Oh, with me? Yeah.
No. She's gonna look at Lucian.
Well, you can't tell me something? Look, it's not that I can't tell you, it's that I can't tell you, okay? Whoa, what's wrong? Yezi knows more details than I know. Which means she knows more of the details. You're the one who's got.
Look, it kind of went awry
If you,
I see that.
yeah,
That's why I'm asking.
I think that Yezi would be more. She was the lead of this. It wasn't her fault that it went bad. It actually really, she actually kind of saved it from going even worse.
What is it? You got it.
Okay. When I was trying to not have them kill you, I played into his man desires. I don't know.
Who's he?
His name is Austin. Austin Browley.
Oh,
Do you know that name?
no, but I the one barking orders.
I was trying to. He was going to kill you himself, and I was trying to get him to leave you alone. So I made myself desirable so that he would believe me.
Is this a thing you didn't want to describe to me, mate? No, no.
No. No,
Just listen, man. Come on.
he was at the ball, and we figured that he would know more about the whole operation since he was in charge of it. And earlier he had approached me at the ball and wanted me to pay up for all the talk that I was doing. So I figured we could play into that. And, well, I made him think that I wanted some alone time with him, which I guess technically I did. Brought him into a room. And made him think that I was, you know. Anyways, I was trying to get information out of him. And he told me that you had been dealt with. And I was trying to find out where you might be, what that meant. And he told me that he didn't know. That he was not told anything more than that. And I
You
was,
were looking for me,
yes, we knew that you were missing at that point.
not Tavermeal.
We were also looking for her, but we didn't know where to start. I was asking questions about where her mum might be. And that's where I knew that she was at the waypoint. But Tavermeal already knew that, so that information became kind of moot by the time that we met up with her. And, well, he tried to leave. He became very suspicious. And, before he could, we cornered him and got a bit more information out. But, he is a soldier. He, attacked Fingers. And I dealt with that. But I did not kill him. So he's still...
Yeah, we didn't kill him, right? We didn't kill him,
We did not kill him.
right? Yeah.
Yes. Anyways. So when he wakes up, I mean, actually, the guards that found him, which we had, knew that I was with him. And the way that they are going to find him, there's no possible way that they would not know that I did that. So, right now, the Assassin's Guild is probably after me. The Hathaway clan knows about that. Probably. I mean, if he's awake by now, and if he's not, they will soon. And then also there's there will be, for sure, a assassin family looking for me. But that is not your problem. Also the Thieves Guild kind of wants me in Fingers. And, here's some information that I heard, and I don't know if anyone else did. Gangrene,
Yeah, what about him?
yeah, he has money out on finding me. And Farith's men are a part of finding us.
You us, right? Not why just you?
Maybe because I was actually the one that like broke into the liquor store or something.
I don't know because they wanted both of us because we both broke into it.
Well, they said that they wanted to find both of us.
When did that happen?
What part?
The part where they found out you were wanted.
We found that pretty early into the night. Pretty early into being in the bowl.
Both of you. For what? What did they? For why? Just because.
Thalen.
Who's Gangrene? There's this guy. He's
kind of weird.
So you're not wanted by the police.
I think that we're wanted by worse than that. I think that we are wanted by. I don't know if we are wanted by the police or the Thieves Guild or.
We're wanted by the Thieves Guild, and it is worse than the police.
But also, we are wanted by Farith's men, which I think is worse than the Thieves Guild. It was one of Farith's men that was talking to Gangrene about this.
Oh, good.
Gangrene said that he wasn't told that when he finds us to tell Farith's men, and then the guy said, "Well, you have been told that now." And so the Gangrene said that he was going to tell them.
When did that happen?
When we were leaving out of the mayor's basement. Really? I did not hear anything. You guys were kind of... Yezi, you were kind of leading the whole thing. You guys were kind of preoccupied. Also, I heard my name and then I got, Anyways.
Huh. Lucian, you should probably eat something.
Can you please? You always tell me that you're not gonna heal if you don't eat anything. That's what I told Dalen. I think that she's right.
He's gonna, look up at Thalen. Thalen's gonna give him, I don't know, a shoulder shrug, just I don't know.
I would say right now I'm your doctor. Now I know other doctors don't make great patients, but if you want people to listen to you, you might want to make the choice to listen to me and eat up.
I'm sorry that happened, mate. And he's gonna pick up the bowl and start eating. It's fine. I mean,
look. So now that we, I don't know. We know all of the details, right? I guess so.
Oh, jeez. I guess so.
So.
I don't know. What do we do?
Well, I know what I'm going to do.
What was that?
Go to Tembra Talenti now. Well, not right now, but before I'm supposed to. Does anyone want to come?
Well,
why do you want to go to Tembra Talenti?
She's a guy invited or something.
Well, also, not just because I got invited. I think that it would be noticed if I didn't show up. But I think that he might be able to help.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure he'd be able to help. It's just getting there, getting there. And
is it going to be hard?
well, does anybody know the way?
I do. I've been there before.
Roll an insight check on everyone at all.
18.
Nobody believes that you know how to get there. Literally nobody. Lucian is just like,
Do none of you believe me?
Tav, you don't even know how to get home.
I could figure it out.
Can I roll a history check on going to Timber Talenthes?
But to see if you remember
Yeah,
how to
yeah,
get
yeah.
there?
But like from my house, because I don't think that she would know how to get there from here, but I think that she remember how to get there from her
Okay,
house.
do it. You're gonna roll with disadvantage. You've been there one time.
That one.
Yeah, okay. You go to fight. You run. Tamil runs through her mind palace, looking for the Timber Talenthe file, looking for the fine dining and breathing. You're looking for his friggin' name. And you open the place where it's supposed to be kept, and you open it and just goes, and a dead fly like jumps out of it. Well,
Maybe I don't remember.
okay, yeah, I think that yeah. So, literally, does anybody know how to get there? Well, I know how to get there.
You do?
Yeah, of course.
Why do you know how to get there?
I know how to go to a lot of places.
I guess so.
Well, unfortunately,
What? Oh. Yeah, you're not coming. Wait, I don't think that it's a good idea if you come.
it's not a good idea.
I really don't want to leave you again, but I know.
Tab.
What?
Nothing.
I don't think that we can wait for you to heal all the way and have my mum be alright.
I agree.
But I'm scared that if I leave you again, that something bad is going to happen.
It's fine. It'll be fine.
Are you sure?
I'll be fine.
Alright.
That's not what I'm worried about.
What are you worried about?
We'll go with her.
Yeah,
Right?
we will.
Some of us will go with her.
Can Ethiad roll insight on that?
Yes.
That one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that maybe some people should stay here to, maybe Ifferson, you could stay here to, like, take care of Lucian.
I don't need anybody taking care of me.
Well, honey, you did need someone to take care of you.
Yeah, well.
Did I do all that right, by the way? I'm not, look, I was more of like a, get you to a place where I
Right.
could, right.
Listen, I'm alive, aren't I?
Yeah, but I don't want to, like, disfigure your bones or something like that. I don't know if I said them right.
Listen, really, that's gonna have to wait till later.
All right. I was just curious.
We'll I mean, I don't really got a whole lot going on right now.
If you're going to go, then I'm going.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You don't know, man?
No, I don't.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean what I'm talking about?
I'm not letting you...
I think I put you in enough danger.
Oh. I could have walked away.
Walked away from what?
This whole thing. You didn't want me to be a part of it in the beginning. I am not letting you...
I asked you to help us.
And I was the one who decided to help you. I am not letting you go. And no. There is no way that you are going to go and do this alone. Well, he won't be alone. You are not...
Watch yourself.
Tavamil. Have you ever fought anyone before? No. Okay, then I rest my case.
That's not true. She thunderwaved that crap out of that guard, I guess.
Well, is that fighting?
Yeah, I feel like it counts. I think you get 1. Chalk you up.
All right,
A
then
point.
yes.
Listen, I'm just being nice. I see your point. But
I have. They know how to protect us.
okay, let me put it a different way. I don't want you to have to use that. Do we not have conversations about that?
Do you not believe me when I told you that I'm not going to kill anyone anymore? There are other ways to incapacitate somebody without having to kill them.
I don't want you to have to incapacitate anybody
I don't
anymore.
want you to die.
I'm not gonna die.
You don't know that.
Look, it'll be alright. Listen, we got who looking for us? Thieves Guild, where are they at? Waypoint Town? Great. We leave Waypoint Town, who's no one's gonna come follow us.
You know who else is looking for you?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, no?
And I'm going to be at that bridge.
Who do you have looking for you right now?
So, do you think that it is wise that I stay in the town that they know that I'm at?
I don't know.
Mish. I am not going to stay here while I know that you are out there. You cannot change that.
Alright, me and Yezi will go.
I'm coming to
You're gonna stay here. Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm not going to stay here.
Yeah, you are. You gotta stay here, man.
What? Why do you think that I'm going to do that?
'Cause you're 16.
So? You're a kid.
You're a kid.
Why is everyone infantilizing me? I've been on my own since I was 10.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make.
What do you mean?
You ever had a birthday cake?
What are you doing?
You ever had like a sweater that got made for you?
I think you know the answer to that.
Yeah, well, I think it's about time that you had some of those things, man. I saw the way your face looked when I gave you that notebook my mom made you.
No,
Yeah.
stop.
I don't want to embarrass you. I get, like, listen, if anyone gets it.
Fingers.
You have a room. You have a bed.
Ethiot is gonna open the door and leave and slam it shut. You just hear him.
All right. Well, I'll be back. I'll be back in a bit. We should
You might
probably.
just want to leave. You might want to let him cool down a bit.
I don't want him to leave though. I'll go check on him.
Okay.
Fingers is gonna get up.
Everyone seems to be really upset.
So Fingers obviously is gonna
Mhm.
get up and go downstairs. Well, the gang's not all here anymore. So I say we table this conversation
Well, I think that if I can speak my piece, I think that people made their choices except for you and me. I mean, I didn't say I was going to stay here. And Lucian, if you think that you could take care of yourself, if they get hurt on the trip there, I mean, look, I know a thing or two. Also, I happen to be a mighty good fighter.
Yeah, I can take care of myself.
All right. Then I'm going to choose to come with y'all because I think that that would be mighty interesting to meet Timber Talenti. I heard a lot about him during my time, but I never actually saw him.
Well,
Phelan, I think that I don't want to make you do anything that you don't want to do, but I think that you would be a really big help.
in what capacity?
You know a lot more about, well, you seem kind of royal and fancy. And
You hear Lucian go next to you. Do I?
you do, and I think last time that I went, I was in the news because I didn't follow a lot of customs and stuff like that.
Yes. Sorry, yes, what? Yes.
I wish I could read that news article.
You don't want to.
But I think that maybe you'll know how to navigate situations like that a bit better than I can. Also, I can't read Elvish. And I think that we might need somebody who can.
Nobody else can read Iverson?
Oh, I can.
There you go.
I can read Elvish, Infernal, Sylvan, and Undercommon. I got a big brain.
It's quite impressive.
Thank you.
Um,
And Common, of course, if that ain't a given.
look, I think that I appreciate your perception of me is that I am, what is it?
Fancy and royal.
Fancy and royal. I am a sort of not. Listen, I've been to balls and
Right.
my
I've never been to one before, so you
look.
have a better start than I do.
I know that I have sort of an insight into Withware culture that
Right.
perhaps you shouldn't, but I'm sort of.
Do you not want to come?
No, it's not that I don't want to come. I just. I've never done anything like this before.
Neither have I.
Are you not scared?
Of course I'm scared. But you know something that I'm always told. You can't be scared of the future, because you need to be scared all the time. And I think that you could be a little bit scared right now, but you still have to do it scared. Because otherwise, if you're scared all the time, or if you're scared about something, it's not going to go away, because if you don't do it because you're scared, then you're never going to do it. And then it'll always be there. So you just have to do it while you're scared. And then you just can't be scared of what might come, because you don't know what's going to happen.
She's right. My store is somewhat well known.
Right.
The store. My father's a bit of a public figure, and I'm somewhat known.
You are really known. A lot of people knew you.
Yes, well, so that's the only thing that I think could be a bit of a problem.
Why would that be a problem?
He's not my favourite person in the world.
Your dad?
Yes. But I would feel badly to cause him problems. asking me what my hang-up is, and that's sort of part of it.
Is it? Why would you cause some problems?
You're clearly something to the Withway clan. I don't know what. A. B. You would be traveling with 2 wanted criminals. And Iverson.
Well, I guess you could lump me into that category too.
3 wanted criminals. And me.
Well, I want you to be there. But don't... I want you to be there, but don't feel pressured or anything.
Honey, let me tell you something. And Everson's like looking at Thalen. Whether or not your daddy gets problems because of what you doing, that's just a consequence that comes from making a choice. And you gotta think about whether or not the choice you want to make is the one that you want to, is the one that you believe in, you know? Like, there's so many choices in this world, right? You can make infinite amount of choices in any situation. In this one, you could, choose to stay. You could choose to walk away. You could choose to come. You could choose to rat us all out. You could choose to kill us all right now. You could choose to do
I doubt
anything.
that I could kill you all
Well,
right
you
now.
could try.
I suppose.
And we could choose to let you. There's so many different possibilities in this world. And so that you don't get overwhelmed by all those choices, you gotta think about which ones matter the most to you and which ones you believe in the most. So do you believe in sitting back just because your daddy might get some issues from something that you're fighting for? Or do you believe in doing something you've never done before, gaining a new experience, so that you actually help a cause that might matter to you more?
I know it was quite a while ago. I just sort of started feeling settled there.
Right. Well, the world's going to uproot you in ways you'd never expect. And I doubt you'd feel settled there now.
He's gonna, roll insight
Okay.
as iffy.
26.
Dang.
Yeah.
You can see on his face when you say the world is gonna uproot you, you see in his eyes the same kind of flash of uncomfortability that he had earlier when you asked him about his ear and stealing food, or stealing out of necessity.
Yeah.
The same kind of flash in his face. I'm familiar, even though it might be surprising to you, with the ways that the world will uproot one.
I never doubted that.
And I suppose I'm coming to the terms with the fact that it might be happening again, is all.
Well, honey, you can choose to go back. Or you could choose to come. It's up to you. If you don't want to be uprooted again, then make that choice. Don't let yourself be.
Roll a perception check is Iffy and Yezi and Tavamil.
If he's a 7, Yezi's a 16, Tavamil's a nat 20.
Wow. That kind of makes sense based on the thing I'm about to say. Tavamil, Yezi, and Thalen all hear a clink sound of a spoon hitting a plate, an empty plate.
Okay.
And Tavamil, you look over first, and you see Lucian kind of nodding off, and then the clink kind of startled him awake again.
We should let you sleep.
Huh? Well, I'm fine.
No.
What? We've got so much to work out.
I know, but I want you to be alright.
I'm alright. I'm fine.
I want you to sleep for a little bit, and we could talk about it more when you wake up.
think it'd be best to have everybody here, and all of the way here, as it were. Really, it's fine. We need it.
Tamil's gonna reach out and like put her hand to the side of his face. Maybe, please.
He's gonna pull his head away. He's gonna be like, get off me. Fine. When you put your hand on his face, he's like a little bit warmer than he was before.
You really need to sleep.
All of you get out of here then.
I'm not leaving.
He's gonna be like, I'm not talking about you. You
Oh
know, like,
yeah.
He gives you like a look that's like, come on. And he looks at the rest of the crew.
All right. If he gets up and just leaves, and he's like,
Okay. Well, don't unlock that window.
and she kind of like scrunches her eyebrows, like, why did I say that? And then just like leaves.
Yeah. Lucian's gonna give you like an eyebrow raise.
Mm-hmm.
And Thalen's gonna get up to go.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucian's gonna be like, finally, wait. All right. And he's gonna like wait behind.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna shut the door behind you guys. Let's have a meal.
Yes.
Cover your ears.
Again.
She's gonna do it.
Uh-huh. And you see Lucian say something to Thalen that you don't know what it is. And Thalen kind of smiles gently and gives him like a little nod. And then he walks out the door.
Tamil still keeps her ears covered.
Lucian's gonna like turn back at her and say something to her. And then he's gonna like motion, like uncover his ears.
That's the third time that I was asked to do that.
What can I say?
What did you say?
Nothing.
All right.
Okay, well. Suppose I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right.
You need to find somewhere else to sleep.
What do you mean?
Tav, it's a bit, he's gonna like roll an insight check. He's hardcore trying to communicate something to you with his eyes.
That one.
Wow.
Tamil's just looking at him with like doe eyes, like, I don't know.
Like, yeah, I don't know. You're saying hamana, whatever. You don't have to stay if you don't want to.
I want to.
Then can you stay? Is there another sort of place you could?
All right.
Do you remember before
When?
I got sick that one time?
Right. You got sick and I came over to come help you.
Right. And you fell asleep sort of next to me in my bed.
Right.
Right.
You didn't like that.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I
No,
thought that you didn't like it because people might think that we were in a relationship or something. Is that what we are now?
I would just prefer it. That's all right with you.
All right.
Thank you.
Tamil's gonna like sit on the floor.
There's a chair in the corner, Tav. You could sit there at least.
I don't want to be away from you.
Pull it over here. Listen,
guess
I do
so.
it, but
Tamil's gonna get up and pull it over.
gosh, it's like you can hear the wind blowing sometimes.
What do you mean?
Nothing. He's gonna like wink at you.
Are we together now?
Is that what you want?
I think so.
Do you think so?
I know so. If that's all right.
I feel quite badly for you.
Why do you feel bad for me?
For wanting that.
Do you not want it?
He's gonna like. Were you holding his hand when you sat down, or you're just sitting down?
Yeah, I think that she would like motion to hold his hand, but like make sure it was okay with him.
Yeah. He's gonna like grab up your arm with his arm and like squeeze your forearm.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what I want.
Matters to me.
Just feel like I'm gonna make your world just, a bit colder.
Do you know what I am?
It's a loaded question.
Is it? You know how you're a winter Eldrin? I am a spring Eldrin, right? And I'm not just spring, I'm early spring. You know, like before everything starts to bloom and all that. And you know how Mum is a bit more late spring, so she has flowers and stuff and little leaves and stuff around her. Well, I don't have that. I have all the little buds. And do you know what happens every spring when it first starts? Something that farmers have to keep an eye out on.
I don't know a lot about farming, Tav.
Well, I do, so that's all right. Every spring, when it first begins to be spring, all the farmers have to keep an eye out for the frost snaps, because it will be in the 60s and be nice and warm, and you'd think that you could start planting stuff because all the trees start to get buds of flowers on them, and you can start to see that like the grass is growing back and the ivy is making its way back. And so you get tricked into thinking that you could start planting your crops, and then if you plant them too early, you get a bunch of frost snaps, and then all of your crops die because they're not able to deal with all of the ice that comes. Well, but all those little plants, the little flower buds on the trees, and all the little wild plants that start to grow, they have to be able to withstand the frost snaps, and they know that it's coming. And if they weren't able to, then it would never be spring, because they would die. So what I'm trying to say is, I can stand those frost snaps. I'm not going to go away that easily.
I don't know if this is the state that I should be making a decision like that.
All right.
So give me a bit of time to get used to the idea.
All right.
I'm sorry to have been such a burden.
A burden? Why do you think that that's what you are?
Phelan got stabbed. After
Because of me.
Saving you twice. Tavi, that's supposed to be my job.
I don't want you to get stabbed. I don't want anyone to get stabbed.
I don't want him to get stabbed. Doing something that I should have been there to do.
It's not your job to save
The
me.
fingers got slashed to ribbons. They were looking for me.
They were at the ball looking for me.
I brought them there.
If you think that you're a burden, what do you think I am? I'm the one that started all this.
I think you're lovely.
Really?
You started nothing. going to fix it.
We are.
It's all going to go back to the way it was.
Can it be a little different?
Like I said, give me a bit of time to get used to the idea.
Well, I don't want to grow up to Clary anymore.
You're not going to.
You don't think that he'll make me?
He's gonna, like, turn himself
Mm-hmm.
to the side. He's still, like, sitting up. He's gonna turn himself to face you. Tavamil,
Yes.
no one is ever going to make you do something you don't want to do again. Not as long as I'm around to do something about it.
All right. Thank you.
Of course. Now, I suppose I'll go to sleep.
All right.
You can wake me up in an hour or so. We can keep talking.
I don't know how long that is.
Ask Yezi. She seems to have her head on straight.
All right.
He's gonna, like, lie down.
Mm-hmm.
And he, like, needs the hand that you're holding in order to do that, so he kind of, like, takes it away and lies down. He doesn't put his hand back on your lap.
Mm-hmm. Tavamil's gonna just, like, put her legs up so that her knees are, like, up to her face.
Mm-hmm.
And just sit there.
You watch Lucian fall asleep. And that's where we're gonna end this episode.
Bro.
The longest day in the history of ever, dude. We still have to find out what they're gonna do, exactly who's coming. Fingers and Ethion have to have a whole conversation. And so much more, dude. It's like...
Goodness.
Huh?
It's a goodness.
Goodness. You know, big climactic blah, you know? There's a lot going on.
A lot going on.
All right. See you at the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye.